Medical Center is a proud supporter of Wampus Cat Athletics. Tonight we have Joe Lynn.
Hi, and welcome to Wampus Cat football tonight. The Wampus Cats play host to the Bentonville Tigers. We begin by talking to Coach Fimple, who is 1-0 as the head coach for the Wampus Cats.
1-0. You would replay that one about 50 times in your head, and even more during the week for myself, just, different scenarios. But really was surprised about that one, going into double overtime and the different momentum swings that went in through there, that, them kicking and missing an extra point, and us taking the ball the minute and 43 and driving it down and fixed kick field goal. And I'm thinking, well, we're going to go home here, and we fumble it. Just guys working hard, but I was real proud of the kids' effort. Kept playing the whole time, didn't affect us a little bit here and there. When we bring them back, they fought and kept fighting the whole time.
I thought Giovanni's two plays he made on back-to-back plays. The throw to Will in the corner, then the run.
Yes,
Huge.
both of them unbelievable plays. Will's done that all summer long. He's He's a bigger receiver. Most people don't realize until you get down there, around him, how big and strong he is. Giovanni's just throwing the ball wonderful. He's doing really well with his throwing motions and then just giving him the ball and saying, hey, run with it. Here, we need a play right here in overtime. I mean, how can you beat that?
Yeah. Let's talk about your defense. I noticed that you give us a 2-deep every week, but you went far beyond that 2-deep on the defensive line. Was that because of just heat?
We have about 5 or 6, maybe even 7 guys we're trying to rotate in there. I'm a big, if you're going to be in there, play full speed, and when you get tired, we'll get somebody in there. So we're trying to, not only gain depth there, we're trying to work depth in the secondary also. We've got some guys that, hopefully during this non-conference schedule, we can get in the game and then build confidence as we're going through to have people out there that are going full speed all the time.
Let's talk about Bentonville, a team you know well. They come to town.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I've known Jody and his staff for a long time, been in that conference for a long time, state runner-ups. Yep. Got a great sophomore class that just added to this after the one they lost last year, which actually won the conference up there in junior high. You got a great skill guys. Typical, Bentonville big lineman. Got a little different quarterback than what they've had in the past. 6'4" kid, throws it around pretty good. But again, physical running game. Try to control the clock. Those type of things.
Opening with 2 games at home. What was your opinion and your impression?
It's wonderful to have 2 at home, and especially when I walked out just to see the crowd.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people ask me about whether you're nervous, were you anxious, and I said, I don't matter if it was, I'd been coaching 30 years as a head coach. I don't think anybody would have walked out there and been calm. Yeah. It was great atmosphere the whole time. But when the ball got kicked off, everything went back to just a football game, and we've got to do these things. And again, real proud of the staff, real proud of the kids themselves. We didn't have to burn any timeouts for personnels, and we run a lot of people on and off. Special teams looked good. We got on and off the field, even with some injuries during the game. Yeah. And those are things I was looking for. Now do we have to clean them up? Yeah, we got some things big play-wise, and then offense, the snaps and the fumbles, but we'll take care of all that.
A couple of weeks to do that before we get to conference play. All right, very good. We'll kick off against Bentonville here coming up. He's Coach Fimple. I'm Jeff Matthews. It's Conway Corp Channel 5.
At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in Central Arkansas for overall hospital care. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise. Conway Regional. At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in the state for orthopedic care. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise. Conway Regional.
And we welcome you inside John McConnell Stadium on the campus of Conway High School. Jeff Matthews and Levi Gilbert with you for week 1. Even though it's the second game, it's week 1 officially of Wampus Cat football in the 2018 season. Tonight, the Wampus Cats play host to Bentonville. The Bentonville Tigers come in 0-1. They lost in overtime a week ago, 28-25 to Midwest City out of Oklahoma. Conway 1-0 with their overtime win over El Dorado last week. Levi, your thoughts as we head into the second game of the season?
Well, I forgot last week to talk about my concerns. So I'm concerned.
Did you have concerns before the first game?
I was just so excited for the season, new coach, all the stuff, new camera. Didn't take me long to mention the camera again.
Right.
But I do have some concerns coming out of week 0.
Okay, let's hear that.
First off, got to clean up the penalties. Just way too many penalties last week, killing drives. We had 6 for a total of 42 yards. And it was really the times that they came that was a struggle.
Right.
Number 2, got to get that passing game going. Really, really struggled in that first half. Of course, they came on in the second half.
They did.
As Giovanni finished with 3 touchdowns. But part of the passing game that we really got to get going is on third downs, because there were some 3rd and long situations, and we only converted 21%. It just made things difficult in the second half. And lastly, as this Conway defense, kind of a bend but don't break defense last week. They got stops when they needed to, but really going to have to focus on minimizing big plays this week because Bentonville, they've got athletes all over on the offensive side of the ball that can take a short little, out pass or a screen and take it a long way.
So those are your concerns.
Those are my concerns.
Let me ask you a couple of things that maybe you're very excited about as we move into the second game of the season. Bryce Bohannon.
Oh, man.
Let me just start there.
Well, I realized I hadn't come up with a nickname yet for any players, which usually I come out of the gate strong with nicknames.
That's true.
But I kind of did come out with a nickname for Bryce Bohannon, everyone's new Conway Wampus cat.
That's true. Yeah.
He's certainly my new favorite Wampus cat, and he's a big-time weapon for this offense. And he had 6 rushes last week, and then I think he had I had these stats down. He had a few 2 receptions as well. I'd really like to see him get over 10 touches this week. They got him the ball in a lot of different ways, and that's exciting because he's got that burst of speed that is dangerous and can really take this offense to another level.
He was fun to watch a week ago. We'd heard so much about him going into the season. He did not disappoint. Captains are on the field right now. Peyton Hicks and Cade White, a couple of seniors, are the captains for Coach Fimple. And this Wampus Cat team that got a win last week showed a lot of heart in getting that victory, but a real step up in competition tonight as Bentonville comes to town. Traditional power from Northwest Arkansas. They really haven't lost a lot since there's become another high school in Bentonville. It's still a very, very good program. They played for a state title a year ago, losing by 7 to North Little Rock. And so they kind of just in a reload situation there. And their quarterback is an interesting story. He's number 16. Easton Hughes is his name, and you'll obviously see him a lot, and we'll mention him a lot. He's a senior, but last year, and played sparingly, but he played a lot at the end of the state championship game. They brought him in at the end of that game. He went 6 for 6 and threw a touchdown, 86 yards through the air, late in the game of a 7-point game in the state title. So some great experience a year ago in the state title game. Last week, he went 24-39 for 260 yards and threw a couple of touchdowns, 1 interception against Midwest City.
Yeah, he can play in high-pressure situation. He proved it last year in the state championship game. And then, going on the road to Oklahoma and facing a team like that. He's a threat for this defense tonight.
Great shot there. Robbins on the sideline with our camera. So many positive comments from you who watched a week ago, whether you were watching live or watching throughout the week. Comments about that new sideline camera. Greg and Wade are upstairs. They handled the wide shots for you from midfield, and Robin is on the field handling all of the sideline shots that bring you a whole new perspective on Wampus Cat football.
And I just got to say thanks to all the fans that watched last week. We had over 3,000 fans alone watching on YouTube when it was all said and done, and that's just exciting for us. We're glad to have you. And again, if you're watching live tonight, tweet at us, 5 Sports Live. You can message us on Facebook as well. We want to know where you're watching from, how you're watching tonight. Let us know.
And tonight's going to be one of those nights that I would imagine there's more than one family who is on vacation somewhere because it's a Labor Day weekend. Maybe you're at the beach. Maybe you're somewhere else, and you're going to watch tonight's game as a part of your vacation. Maybe even on the road. I hope whoever's driving, be safe there, but maybe you're watching the stream of the Wampus Cats tonight. We're excited to be here. Bentonville and Conway. A year ago, these teams met in week 3 of the regular season, and it was a Conway win. If you remember, last year, week 1, we went to Springdale and lost. Came back here and defeated Jonesboro, a good win to kind of turn the tide, but then to go on the road and win against Bentonville in Bentonville was huge for this team a year ago. I'll guarantee you Jody Grant's Bentonville Tigers have not forgotten
that was the first clue that we had something special going on last year, and the way that team did it really in that game in the second half was turnovers, and this defense didn't come away with any turnovers last week. I'd love to see him get a quick one here in the first half.
Elliot Nimrod handles the kickoff duties for the Bentonville Tigers. Again, they're coached by Jody Grant. He's won 30 games in 4 years there. Bentonville's program is certainly one of the best that is around. They've won 5 state titles since 2001, and again played for the state championship a year ago. Nimrod will kick off, and it will be taken inside the 10-yard line, or it will not be, as it goes out of bounds. Shane Smith was over there close, so he took one back 85 yards for a touchdown a week ago. Didn't get a chance to get that one. Instead, it will come out for a 1st and 10.
And as much as I've been bragging on Bryce Bohannon, we got to give some credit to Kerry McLean as well. As he was a workhorse last week, 168 yards, 20 carries, majority of it coming on that very first play of their first drive, that 59-yard run.
Conway will start with the football. They'll start at the 40-yard line with the ball going out of bounds. Starters along the offensive line, left to right. Robert Scott, the birthday boy, turned 17 yesterday as the left tackle. Lance Rogers is next to him. L.J. Hansberry, Zol Vinces, and Hayes Denton. Those are your starters along the offensive line. Giovanni Johnson's your starting quarterback, and he connects with Nick Richmond on the first pass of the game, picks up 7, and it will be 2nd down. Kerry McLean gets the start in the backfield. Nick Tufu is your starting H-back. Slade Smith starts at tight end. And along with Nick Richmond, it's Will McKenna as the wideouts. Giovanni Johnson a week ago, 12 of 22, 211 yards, threw 3 touchdowns. He did throw a pick when his hand got hit when he released the ball, but did come back and made some huge plays in overtime. Kerry McLean takes the handoff and crosses midfield, and that will be enough to move the chains. A Conway Regional Health System 1st down.
I liked what I saw on their first down a few plays ago, coming out firing. They didn't throw a pass the entire first possession last week, so they're coming out swinging a little differently tonight.
Ball at the 49-yard line. Bentonville leads the series between these two teams 5-2. Conway won a year ago, ending a 5-game losing streak to the Tigers. On the ground between the guards, a couple of yards for Kerry McLean to the right. He is tackled by Zach Ellis, who is their linebacker, one of their very talented defensive players.
So they've played 7 times. I got to imagine most of that's been in the last, 2 decades?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's 7 times since 2001. 2nd down and 8, gain of 2 for McLean. And Giovanni Johnson will put him next to him. Designated run. Giovanni cuts behind Zol Vinces, the right guard, and picks up a couple of more yards. It will be 3rd down.
That's something we saw a lot of from Giovanni a year ago when he would come in at quarterback. It was almost always designed runs. We really didn't see that much last week. I can only really remember one play that was a designed run. And, of course, he had that big run in the second overtime to put the Cats ahead for good.
He had 8 carries overall a week ago. Of course, as a quarterback, sometimes that's getting away when you can't throw it. 3rd down and 4. Richmond to the far side, single coverage. And that's the direction that Giovanni's looking. Nick Richmond makes the catch. They'll move the chains. 1st down. Right in front of Dante Jones, the corner. A couple of times already tonight. Nick Richmond with catches. At the 33-yard line, it's a Conway Regional 1st down.
We know Giovanni has a big arm, but it's really on throws like this to the far side, a little comebacker, that you see the strength displayed in different ways.
They're looking over to the near side to get the call. It'll be a handoff again to Kerry McLean.
The ball carrier.
To the 27-yard line.
To the 27.
It's worth mentioning those offensive linemen once again. L.J. Hansberry, Zol Vinces, and Lance Rogers. Those are the center and the guard, so they're the 3 right in the middle. And then those big tackles, Robert Scott on the left and Hayes Denton on the right. Such an integral part of the success of this offense. 2nd down and 4 after a gain of 6. Quick out, 3rd catch of the night for Nick Richmond.
Giovanni Johnson passes.
Brought down to the 21-yard line. That's going to be enough to move the chains again. It's a Conway Regional Health System 1st down. 1st and 10 for the Wampus Cats is Ben Pankow, who starts in the secondary for Bentonville. He is their backup quarterback if anything happens to Easton Hughes.
I like that they've already come out just firing tonight, passing the ball, as Richmond only had 2 catches last week, already with 3 here in the first quarter.
Kerry McLean.
Kerry McLean is the ball carrier.
Whistle finally blows after he gets to the 17-yard line. Short gain. Pankow again was on the stop.
And Zach Ellis made the tackle.
Zach Ellis there as well.
That's a 3-yard gain, 2nd down and 7.
2nd down and 7 for the Wampus Cats. Opening drive of the night. Second game. The Cats are 1-0. Bentonville 0-1. Both teams played overtime in the opening week of the season. Again, McLean. There's a flag for the first time tonight.
There's a flag on the play.
Kerry McLean brought down by Hunter Roth.
Roth made the tackle.
And we'll see what the flag is. Going to call Robert Scott for a hold, so that'll back him up and replay 2nd down. A chance to talk to Robert's grandfather, Henry Mason, who works for Conway Corp and has for a very, very long time in the electric department. And he made a comment about watching his grandson. And I said, well, who's your grandson? And he said, Robert Scott. And I said, Robert Scott, all 6'6", 280 of him. And he said, yeah, he's a man. And he said it was his birthday yesterday. So happy birthday to Robert Scott, even though you just got called for a holding penalty.
Well, you know,
still happy birthday.
There's a lot of them, like you said, and it's kind of hard to hide when you are holding. So
That is true.
It happens.
2nd down and 19. Dangerous pass. Falls incomplete, fortunately, and it's 3rd and 19. Giovanni was looking for Nick Richmond, who is that little curl back pattern where he gets a block from Will McKenna. But that just good job by the Bentonville defense to break that up.
You know they're just setting it up here. Eventually they're going to do a little pump fake, go up over the top.
McKenna and Richmond to the right. Bryce Bohannon in the game to the near side. Johnson on 3rd and 19 will roll left. He will throw for Will McKenna and throws too far. Fans underneath us asking for a hold. You can hear them hollering at the official. No flag on the play, so it is 4th down and 19.
It is 4th down at the 30-yard line.
So the ball's at the 30. Could be a 46-yard attempt.
Yeah, kind of in no man's land here, although Hogue did hit a 42-yarder last week. Very little wind as far as I can tell, but it is blowing against Conway.
So 4th and 19, they're going to go for it. Or I wonder if this may be a case where you'll see like a little quick kick. It will be a pass play. Giovanni gets loose. Can he do it with his legs? He'll get to the 25-yard line, and that's where Bentonville will take over 1st and 10. So we will see the defense come on the field for the first time tonight. Check the starters for you on defense. Across the defensive line, we've got Corlin McKinney, Kane Aaron, and also starting tonight, Tony Pasalacqua, number 94, gets the starting nod. The linebackers are Dwayne Smith, Reed Hughes, Parker Prock, and Peyton Hicks. Your corners, Darius Washington and Randy Thomas. And in the secondary, seniors, Malik Benton and Roman Aaron. Easton Hughes is the big quarterback for Bentonville. He's a good one. 6'4", 210 is the size on Easton Hughes. The running back is Preston Crawford. Ran for 82 yards last week against Midwest City. Rushed for 150 in the state title game a year ago against North Little Rock.
Really glad to see Malik Benton back on the field tonight after a little bit of a injury scare late in the game last week.
1st down and 15. On the ground to Crawford. Malik Benton gets him around the shoulders and brings him down at the 39-yard line.
Preston Crawford, the ball carrier.
Preston Crawford. He's a junior, rushed the ball 19 times a week ago. He's their workhorse.
2nd down, 2.
2nd down and 2. Give him 13 on the opening carry. You heard Coach Fempel in the pregame show talking about the defensive linemen. They're going to rotate a lot of guys through. Build some depth there and be able to get some guys ready as the season goes along. Parker Prock flies in and makes the stop at the 36-yard line. Cade White there as well. Coach Fimple's a defensive guy, standing there with Greg Hughes.
Bentonville.
You talked about Crawford coming up big in the state championship game. He started every game in the playoffs, which, a little unusual for a sophomore.
Right.
And he put up some big yardage for them, as obviously helped get them back to the championship game.
It's 1st and 10. Crawford again crosses the 40-yard line. Darius Washington had him low, and Corlin McKinney had him up top.
The other thing that stood out to me this week about him in the research is that he's a dangerous pass threat too, because he averaged 25 yards a catch last year. So when he is getting it, he's making big plays in the air.
2nd down and 5. Easton Hughes, their quarterback. He is a senior. He'll throw for the first time. Look for his good tight end who makes the catch, but a great open field tackle. Beeler thought he had not been dropped. Benton made the stop on Landon Beeler, their tight end. And it is going to be 3rd down. First money down of the night for the Wampus Cats. 3rd and 3. 2 receivers to the near side. It's Dylan Smith along with A.J. Moss. This is the open field side also. Single coverage on these 2 receivers. On the ground, and that is not going to be enough for a first down. Cade Foster gets the carry, and he has stopped short of the mark to gain, and so it is going to be 4th down now and 2. He had 10 rushes a week ago. They went to him often.
It is
4th down and 2, and Jody Grant wants to go for it here on 4th down. 3 wideouts. Maybe they're going to try and draw him off sides. Here's the quick kick we wondered if we would see on the other end. Easton Hughes will punt it out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. So that's going to turn the field over all the way down to the 6-yard line, and that's where the Wampus Cats will have it. 1st and 10. Their 2nd drive of the night. Wondered about the defense. Nice drive.
Yeah, nice stop, nice hold on 3rd down. It amazes me how much is asked of quarterbacks sometimes, because I don't think I could ever punt. If I was, well, I could never be quarterback either. Let's just be honest. But
you can't return kicks.
Those little quick kicks, it's a nice little weapon to have in your arsenal when you have a quarterback that can do that.
Without a doubt, yeah. I mean, that was either go for it and risk getting the ball to the Wampus Cats in great field position, or that little kick, and that completely turns the field over. So 5:11 to play, 5 minutes, 11 seconds to play in the opening quarter. There is no score. We're live tonight once again. All games live this year on Friday nights. Thank you so much for watching on Conway Corp Channel 5 and 585 or online at conwaycorp.com/WC2Go. Giovanni Johnson going, picking up about 8 yards. It'll be 2nd down. If you're watching tonight, we'd love to hear from you. 5 Sports Live is how you get a hold of us on Twitter, 5 Sports Live, or comment on Facebook. Love to know where you're watching tonight. That was a couple of weeks ago that we had some of the guys from Ouachita who were watching, Nate Turner and Jack Pillow. They opened their season last night in Northwestern Oklahoma with a victory. Congrats to those guys. Kerry McLean hit and falls down at the 15-yard line. That will be close to a first down. Henry Shreve on the stop, along with Andrew Bartgus.
And Ben Sellers made the tackle, 1 yard.
And it is going to be 3rd down and a yard.
3rd down and 1.
Crowd making some noise. Another good crowd on hand tonight for a Friday night Wampus Cat football game. Giovanni Johnson's going to keep and get a first down. Giovanni, design run, moves the ball out to the 32-yard line. Make it the 31 is where they'll put his knee down. It's 1st and 10, a Conway Regional Health System first down.
So after just one designed run a week ago, already 3 here in the first quarter, as they've And, of course, he's going to have to come off the field because his helmet came off.
Helmet popped off, so Nick McEwen will come in and take the snap on 1st and 10. McEwen, the backup quarterback, but is the holder, which he did a year ago, the whole season. And he will turn and hand the ball off to Kerry McLean. Kerry will pick up a couple of yards, and then Giovanni Johnson will come back in the game.
Do you know I have a Axiom colleague watching tonight?
Okay.
Mr. Ricky Kordsmeyer says he's watching with some friends.
Oh, nice.
That's St. Joe's household.
Okay.
Of course, no football at St. Joe's.
Sure.
So he says he knows a lot of the kids, neighbors and things like that. So he's watching Conway play tonight.
Very nice. Thank you for watching. 2nd down and 6. Giovanni Johnson pulls it down and then runs to the 38 where it'll be 3rd down. So Giovanni chose to not throw it there. Betchner on the stop for Bentonville. It was a couple of years ago that Bentonville West became a school. They're playing their first ever home game tonight. Last year, Bentonville West had to play their games at Bentonville Tiger Stadium.
As we well knew from playing a playoff game on a Thursday last year.
And Bentonville West is opening their stadium tonight against Fort Smith Southside. Giovanni Johnson throws quickly. It was a good catch. I'm going to say he was down. They're going to say he was down when he caught the ball. So Richmond made the catch. The pass was low. Went down and made the catch, but his knee was down at the 37-yard line, according to the official. And now Brooke Mines and Jacob Walton Connor, the athletic trainers for the Wampus Cats, out there checking on Nick Richmond, as well as Giovanni Johnson. You see him squatted down next to his target there. Cats back with the C's and the claws on their helmets tonight. It was missing a week ago.
It's funny I mentioned Ricky because he was the one that asked me where they were this week.
Okay.
And I'll be honest, I didn't even notice.
But you know what? I'm noticing right now there's already someone without one. Number 2, I guess that is Malik Benton.
It's a mystery. People want to know where were the C's. My guess was they got new helmets and they just weren't in time. I mean, I know it's not very dramatic, but
there's at least one out there without the C's on the side of the helmet. Nick McEwen on to punt. Good end-over-end punt that lands at the 36, taken at the 30. And a good return to the 40-yard line.
I did also have a few people ask if they got a cease and desist on the C's.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Harrison Campbell on the return there.
Cannot confirm that.
Harrison Campbell handles the returns on kickoffs and punts, and is a senior receiver that you will see Easton Hughes look for a lot as the night goes on.
He's kind of their Bryce Bohannon.
Yeah, similar. Does a little bit of everything. All right, 1st and 10. Bentonville has the ball for the second time tonight. They'll send Campbell in motion. And the throwback, as soon as the pass is caught by Zach Lee, he is lowered by Cade White. Kane Aaron out there as well. Well, almost could have been picked off.
Yeah, we saw this secondary play very aggressively a week ago, and they're keeping that tone coming tonight.
Zach Lee a week ago, he scored a touchdown, very excited. Spiked the ball after he scored, cost them 15 yards.
Oh.
They missed the extra point in a game that they lost in overtime.
Dang.
So a big penalty against number 23 a week ago for the Bentonville Tigers. False start against the Tigers.
You can just blame the NFL bringing those celebrations back, influencing our youth in a negative way.
So back him up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 18. 3 wideouts to the top. Robin Aaron will cheat over that way a little bit from his safety spot. Quick pass that side. Campbell makes the catch. Roman Aaron steps up and makes the stop, and it will be 3rd down and about 10.
Roman Aaron made the stop just outside the 40 at the 41. It's third
Wampus
down.
Cat cheerleaders and
9.
dance team on hand, of course, tonight. We're in for a treat at halftime as there was a junior clinic for young cheerleaders, and they're going to get to perform on the field at halftime. Look for that. We'll have it for you during the Conway Regional Health System halftime show. All right, big down here, 3rd and 9 as we approach the final minute of the first quarter. Scoreless from Conway. Hughes looks and throws. Pass was behind Harrison Campbell. If it's on target, he makes the catch, but instead it falls incomplete. 4th and 9. And 2 drives in a row, the Wampus Cat defense has held.
Yeah, that secondary creating some tight windows, but, you know, if it would have been a little more accurate, they might have been able to convert there, but credit to this defense is 2 possessions now. We're just trading field position.
Sam Younger on the punt. Bryce Bohannon and Nick Richmond are back deep to receive. Good to see Nick back on the field. First chance he got following being banged up a little bit. Fair catch called for and made at the 21, and that's where the Cats will begin. 1st and 10. 51 seconds to play in the first quarter. It's been a fast-moving first quarter. No points so far. A couple of stops on each defensive side of the ball.
We might get home before 10 this week. We had a late one last week.
We had a very late one last week, yes.
Started late, double overtime. But it was fun.
And you know what? And I've done this a long time, but I still, every Friday night when I get home, I'm exhausted. My voice is shot, which it's already shot. We're not even through the first quarter tonight. But I can never fall asleep. I'm always so wired after a game. That's why I don't mind the road games. I'll drive home. Everyone else is sleeping, and I'm fine. It helps me wind down.
Well, we appreciate it, too.
Glad to do it. Final minute of the first quarter. 1st and 10 for the Wampus Cats. 3rd possession of the night. Bryce Bohannon, the target, makes the catch. Makes a couple of Tigers miss, move the chains. A Conway Regional Health System first down. Andrew Bartkus made the stop.
And that right there is exactly why he's becoming a new Conway fan favorite. Just that ability to slip away, even on something as simple as that, just sliding away from contact, picking up a few more yards.
And once again, it's worth mentioning the throw by Giovanni Johnson. That's from the far hash mark to the numbers on the near side. That is not an easy throw, and you got to put some zip on it. And Giovanni did just that. 1st and 10. Kerry McLean follows the blockers on the right side. Slade Smith over there giving him a block. Lance Rogers a pulling guard. He's 2nd down.
Yeah, I was just going to compliment Lance on that pull over there.
Final few seconds of the first quarter. We'll see if they try to snap it, and they will not. And we will go to the second quarter, tied at 0. All right, let's take 60 seconds. When we come back, we'll have the second quarter for you on Conway Corp Channel 5.
At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in Central Arkansas for overall hospital care. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise. Conway Regional.
Hey Wampus Cat fans, David Grimes here. I'm a big fan and a proud member of the Wampus Cat Booster Club. And now is a great time to join the Booster Club. Booster Club members get to vote to help induct the class into the new Wampus Cat Sports Hall of Fame. To find out how you can join, go to ConwayWampusCats.com and click on Inside Athletics. Believe me, there's never been a better time to join the Conway Booster Club.
And thanks to our friend David Grimes for doing that commercial for the Wampus Cat Booster Club, this Hall of Fame, Wampus Cat Hall of Fame that they've got. If you're a fan of the Wampus Cats, if you are an alumni around the country, wherever you may be, it's a great way to get involved and support all of the athletics that happen here at Conway High School. We appreciate that. Go to ConwayWampusCats.com to learn more about the Booster Club and helping out and being a part of that Hall of Fame voting that's going to be going on. Kerry McLean on the carry, and it's going to be just short of a first down.
Yeah, you were talking about the Booster Club, and I was thinking about our halftime interview coming up. We'll be talking with the cross-country coaches tonight.
That's correct. Every week on the home games, we'll be meeting new coaches or coaches from different teams. Not always new coaches. A lot of times they've been around a while, but it's new for us. We're excited to be able to do that. Giovanni Johnson takes the snap on what would have normally been the Rhino package, which is what we've always seen previously. Lance Rogers got the carry a couple of times last week. Giovanni Johnson got the snap there.
Yeah, the Rhino, we just saw it twice last week, and first time it was effective, second time it was not, and not effective in a very big situation.
Yes.
So there might be a little bit of hesitancy with the Rhino this week. We'll see.
No score. A minute into the second quarter. McKenna to the top. Nick Richmond on the near side. Flag on the play. Giovanni gets away from Zach Ellis. And he will stay on his feet. Get to the 40-yard line, but we'll see what the flag is. Great play by Giovanni Johnson. Getting away from the pressure. Got out of the pocket and made his way to the right.
He's got such a long stride. He's very deceptively fast. He's fast, but he's also deceptively fast.
Yes. See what the call is from the official. There's the white hat.
Illegal formation. Only 6 guys on the line of scrimmage against the offense.
6 guys in the line of scrimmage.
I like it. Very informal.
It is very informal.
But good explanation. And we're going to make these refs famous this year with these sideline shots.
Well, and this guy's got his mic working tonight, too, so that's helpful. We can hear everything they're saying down in the field. Sometimes that's not always the case. So the ball's at the 43-yard line. Again, thank you for watching tonight. So many of you checked in live a week ago, but then so many more of you watch throughout the week. And if you're watching throughout the week, still love to hear from you at 5 Sports Live. So it's first down and 15. 5 Sports Live on Twitter. On the ground to Kerry McLean. Bartkus makes the stop, and it's second down.
Bruce Henderson watching from the house tonight.
Nice.
With his Wampus Cats to Go cup.
All Bruce all the time. Thank you, Bruce.
Second down, 11.
I need one of those.
I know where they keep them.
All right. Give me a Wampus Cat to Go cup.
Second down and 11. Seniors Will McKenna and Nick Richmond are the two, or excuse me, that's Will McKenna and Bryce Bohannon. Richmond off the field for the moment. Luke Bailey gets the first carry for him tonight, and it will go nowhere. It's third down and long.
48, not much there. Sellers and Steinspring made the tackle.
Keegan Steinspring on the stop
Third down, 10
for Bentonville. They'll put the ball at the 48, so it's third and 10. Got to get to the other 42. Shane Smith checks in the game. He's at the top. Nick Richmond remains out. Bohannon and McKenna on the near side. Third down and 10. Giovanni Johnson looks to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Throws wide, looking for Will McKenna, and it is fourth down.
Starting to get the vibe of the last time the Bentonville Tigers were here in Conway. I believe it was a 13-7, somewhere around there. That score.
That sounds very familiar.
Conway
yes.
lost late in that game. They had the lead. So they must have. I can't. Maybe it was like. I can't remember exactly. Maybe it was like 16-13 something. Because Conway, I remember Conway had the lead late, and then gave up a touchdown and ended up losing it. But
Campbell back deep to receive the punt. Nick McEwen on to punt. Both defenses still pitching a shutout here. Nick, a nice job to get rid of that punt as he just about had it blocked. And Reed Hughes, who snapped it, will down it at the 14-yard line.
Yeah, it's just been a game of exchanging field position tonight. No team's really gotten too far past the 50.
Reed Hughes down the football at the 14. It will be Bentonville's football, first down and 10.
9:03 to play, opening half. Easton Hughes is their quarterback. High snap. Hands the ball off to Foster. He's the smaller of their two backs. And he is hit pretty quickly. Tony Pasalacqua there on the stop.
Yeah, Cade White in there as well. I've been really impressed with these linebackers because that was the big question mark, right? Coming into the game last week was whole new set of linebackers, and of course Conway has been known for producing linebackers with regularity, so wasn't too concerned, but that was the question mark coming in.
8.5 to go. This team had some trouble with the snap a week ago as well. I know that. Big play. Corlin McKinney was not fooled. Moved Harrison Campbell to the tailback slot and then handed the ball off to him with a little bit of motion. And Corlin McKinney shot through there and made the stop inside the 5. Big play. So it's 3rd down and 18. But I was mentioning this team, the Tigers, had a number of snaps that went over the head of their quarterback also. We struggled with that a year or a week ago, and they did as well. 3rd down and 18. Easton Hughes will look to throw. Looks and throws. Intercepted. Roman Aaron makes the pick. Oh, they're going to say incomplete. The official back there is saying no. So it will be 4th and 18. Thought he had it.
He wanted it too.
So this field position battle will continue as Sam Younger is on to punt. You were talking about that game a couple of years ago.
Oh, 7-16 was the final. Yep. I knew it was a weird score like that.
But it seems like it was, I feel like we were driving to take the lead.
Maybe
and something happened that they got it and scored and ended up having the 16-7 win. But there were a few years the games were not close. They They beat us 35-6, 42-3, and 42-0 on 3 straight years. A couple of closer games, and then we got the better of them a year ago.
And that's what made last year's win so special was, going to their place and just turning it around a little bit because, there hadn't been very many close games with Bentonville.
So the punt goes out of bounds. The defense continues to play very well. We wondered how they would look this week after giving up 41 points a week ago to El Dorado and also to the first team for Morrilton. Even if you go back to that scrimmage when Jacoby Cresswell was still in the game, obviously before he got hurt, which was a terrible thing that happened, but they were moving the ball in this Wampus Cat first team. And so the way they have played in this first quarter and a half is a huge step up from what we've seen so far.
Well, and this Conway offense has to take advantage of it on this possession because it's the best field position you've had to start. You got to get some points on the board. Give your defense some help.
Giovanni Johnson will run. Tries to find the edge. Flag comes in after a gain of about a yard.
It's coming up a little gingerly.
Ben Sellers and Jake Bochner on the stop. So another penalty against the Wampus Cats. They've hurt themselves tonight, and that's going to cost them what was really good field position. They'll start 1st down again at the 45-yard line.
Giovanni may need to come out.
Coach Fempel getting an explanation from the official. Nick Richmond and Will McKenna go to the far side. You got Bryce Bohannon close. And we'll keep an eye on Giovanni Johnson. He was banged up a little bit on that last play. Kerry McClain is behind him, and he'll get the handoff. He'll run behind Hayes Denton and pick up 3 or 4, and it's 2nd down.
McClain, the ball carrier.
Bartgus on the stop. The senior had 116 tackles a year ago. That's a bunch of tackles in the course of a season.
Right.
16.
So 2nd down and 16 for the Wampus Cats. 3 wideouts. Giovanni Johnson, senior quarterback, backs up and throws. Looks for Bryce Bohannon. Bryce makes the catch, move the chains. They needed 16 yards, they got 18. Bohannon makes the catch. Dante Jones with the stop at the 25-yard line. Move the chains for the Wampus Cats, 1st and 10.
Yeah, nice route from the sophomore, cutting in just where he needed to be, get that catch in, get that 1st down, and reinvigorate this drive for the Wampus Cats.
We talked a week ago about how you always wonder how a sophomore is going to react to Friday night. It's just different. The crowd's bigger, it's louder, there's more stuff going on, and he played like he'd been doing this his whole life. Will McKenna has, for a couple of years, been playing on Friday nights, makes a good catch there. Jones drops him at 2nd down.
Wampus Cats having trouble keeping their helmets on tonight. Yeah, speaking of a sophomore that
Will McKenna
has been through that, knows what it feels like. Probably, I'm sure, great mentors for Bryce and both Nick and Will.
Absolutely. 2nd down and 4. Coming up at halftime, we'll have the Conroe Regional Health System halftime show for you. We'll show you the cheerleaders and the dance team and little junior cheerleaders that had their camp. They're going to be out there dancing, cheering. We'll also have the Wampus Cat Marching Band. Hopefully we've got some Wampus Cat points to be talking about as well. We're halfway through the 2nd quarter. And Kerry McLean picks up a 1st down. We can move the chains once again at Conway Regional Health System. 1st down just inside the 15-yard line.
It's been a very brisk 1st half.
Very. If you're looking at the actual clock, it's 7:38. So we played 38 minutes and played a quarter and a half in that 38 minutes, and it's not easy to do. Running through here pretty quickly. 6 minutes to go. Cats with their best chance to score right now. 1st down and 10 inside the 15. Johnson will run. Giovanni Johnson dives out of bounds at the 6-yard line.
Johnson carries inside the 10 to the 6.
2nd down and a yard.
It's going to be 2nd down.
Make it 2. 8-yard gain for Giovanni Johnson.
Guess that leg's feeling better.
It seems to be fine, yes.
This is where he gets really dangerous with his feet and these, inside the 20. You saw it last week in that 2nd overtime.
Yeah, what a great run and just a nose for the end zone. Great angle there. Love that sideline camera. Whistle.
Good ball. False start. Number 15 to the offense.
False start. They got Slade Smith for some movement. So they'll back up to the 11-yard line. 2nd down and 7.
4th penalty tonight. Had 6 a week ago.
2nd and 7. Giovanni Johnson waits the snap. L.J. Hansberry will get it to him. Delay a game or they get the timeout called?
Timeout.
They got a timeout called. We'll take it with them. 30 seconds and we're back on Conway Court, Channel 5.
Conway.
This is my home. And here's my hot water heater, located right above my living room. And here's the mess it made when it leaked. Really leaked. Kind of throws off the ambiance, don't you think? Well, I stayed calm and called the experts at All Clean Restoration. So here it is, my living room before the water damage and my living room after. Or as I like to think, my living room before All Clean, my living room after All Clean. All Clean Restoration, proudly serving all of Arkansas.
No score tonight. See the 5 Sports banner there. See Levi waving. Beautiful night. Just crystal clear. It's nice.
I enjoy these early games because you still get the sun, a little bit, and it creates opportunities for shots like that where you have the sunset. And And we've just been so lucky that it hasn't been as oppressively hot as we all feared it would be, having 2 games in August.
Right. That hadn't been bad at all. Next week on the road at Jonesboro, and of course we'll have that game for you live. We've been doing live road games for a few years now. And this is our first season to do live home games, and thanks to Conway Regional Health System for making that happen, along with the Conway Public Schools and the athletic department, working with Coach Ashcraft. And it's been fun for us through a game and a half, and we hope that we can continue doing this for a really long time. Giovanni Johnson with the carry, and it will be 3rd down.
You know, that's something I hadn't really thought too much about. Those live road games just aren't going to feel as special as they once did. I mean, they'll still be special.
It's like we've had a new baby.
Yeah.
And everyone loves the new baby.
Everyone loves the new home games.
The old baby is not as much fun anymore. But we will be live from Jonesboro next week. If you can't make the trip up there, we'll have the broadcast for you. Conway Corp Cable, Channel 5 and 585, or find us online, conwaycorp.com/WC2Go. All right, 3rd down and 5. Giovanni Johnson into the corner for Nick Richmond. Pass is knocked away. Levi Bennett on the coverage.
And they're talking about it.
Officials are talking about it.
That was odd.
They're going to say incomplete. Yeah, were they going to throw the flag that much later?
The official that was close to the chains, it looked like he that right hand went to the side like he was about to, and he just swallowed it.
So Will Hogue on to attempt the field goal. First field goal attempt of the night. It is a 26-yard attempt. On the left hash mark, a little bit of an angle. And it is good. So a 26-yard field goal puts the Wampus Cats on the board first. Conway leads 3-0. We'll take 30 seconds and come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Centennial Bank builds relationships. That's why our bankers roll up their sleeves to support Conway and Faulkner County. They are folks you know and value for mortgages, business loans, and all your personal banking needs. Community involvement and exceptional service from people you know. That's the Centennial Bank way. Centennial Bank's legacy started right here in Conway and is still growing. Centennial Bank, building legacies, one relationship at a time.
Will Hogue with the 26-yard field goal. The Wampus Cats are up 3-0. It was their best chance to score. I guess the good thing is they scored.
It is a good thing, but I can't help but feel just a little bit frustrated. I'm feeling for this defense because they did their job. They got good field position for this offense, and if it hadn't been for a few penalties, I really think we would have put 6 up. But we did get to 3, so that's good. At least break this tie here in the first half, get a little bit more momentum going your way. And maybe this defense can get another stop. We'll have another crack at it.
Will Hogue will kick the ball into the end zone. And Bentonville will have the ball 1st and 10. So far, the Wampus Cat defense has played very, very well.
That was a line drive into the end zone.
Bentonville football, 1st down and 10 of the 20.
See, Juan Scaife had some big plays on special teams last week coming off the field. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Special teams continuing to be a difference maker here in this game. They certainly were a week ago.
Tyree Ross is the nose guard. 5'9", 260. Big man right in the middle. Kane Aaron, Corlin McKinney on the field as well. Preston Crawford, he gets taken down by Tez Miller. Good to see Tez on the field for the first time. Missed last week, so his first time this season is playing tonight.
Here's what's crazy, Jeff, is Conway is just pretty severely outgaining Bentonville here in the first half. 147 yards to 21, not counting, well, this play's not going to count anyway because it's going the other direction. But 147 to 21, but it's just 3-0. It's been tough.
It has been tough. Real tough sled. A.J. Jones is in the game, number 95. He, along with Kane Aaron and Tyree Ross, the 3-down linemen. Hughes will throw. He's got a man. That's Campbell. Darius Washington was close to him, but you could see him pull up with the hamstring. Fortunately, he was tracked down. Darius Washington looks like he's making his way off under his own power, but he definitely tweaked that and wasn't able to catch up to him. Down at the 11-yard line, Campbell got behind him.
And that right there is why Campbell averaged 25 yards a catch last year. He's dangerous. He struggled bringing that ball in. He somehow
he had
pinned it against his helmet.
Stuck to his helmet and his shoulder pad for 15 yards. And I do think if Washington could have got to him, might have been able to knock it loose. Shifty running by Preston Crawford. He's going to find the end zone. 11-yard touchdown run for Preston Crawford. And Bentonville takes the lead.
First big play given up tonight by this defense, and Bentonville strikes quickly.
They'll score 30 seconds later. And they have the lead, 6-3. Sam Younger to attempt the extra point. And it's good. Bentonville takes the lead 7-3. 30 seconds, and we are back to John McConnell Stadium on Conway Corp. Channel 5.
At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in the state for orthopedic care. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise. Conway Regional.
Nick Richmond being checked on the sideline by Jacob Walton Connor and Brooke Mines. Finding some extra tape to put on those fingers. We need him to be able to catch every pass thrown his way. Good to have the athletic training staff that we have from Conway Regional Health System. So we win a quarter and a half with no points in 30 seconds. We've got touchdown and a field goal.
Yeah, going into that possession, Bentonville had managed just 21 yards of offense, and then now 83 yards receiving for, I believe it was Campbell.
Campbell, yep, Harrison Campbell.
Just got my stats in. The email was being a little
slow
tonight. Yeah, email's working hard. But yeah, they more than doubled up their offensive production on that drive alone.
Nimrod will kick off. And it is taken at the 5. Bailey takes it. A little misdirection. Handing the ball off. A little trickery. Ends up in the hands of Shane Smith. He'll bring it out to the 29-yard line. The Cats will start their 1st and 10.
Hadn't seen much of that in a long time.
Yeah, that's new.
Calling Conway games. You know, I was just thinking on the PAT for Bentonville, you know, they like to do that line out to the left,
yes.
Come over. We used to do some weird formation stuff on punts and
yes,
kicks,
definitely.
and that kind of has just gone away through the years, I guess.
Got an injured Tiger.
I couldn't even count how many times we drew people off sides with our
right,
punt formation we used to do.
Their training staff will check on that young man. Just a second below 5 minutes to play in the first half. Remember, their training staff, they're smiling, so it's going to be all right, looks like. That's Cole Joyce. Cole Joyce is a 6 foot, 195-pound sophomore. He played some running back a year ago in junior high, and their coach, Jody Grant, he said he reminds me of a former he reminds me of a former Razorback who also happens to be a former Wampus Cat, Peyton Hillis. He said he runs like Peyton Hillis.
Got that build.
Yes. 6 foot, 195-pounder.
Well, Peyton Hillis was he was a one-of-a-kind athlete.
He was.
I mean,
he
really.
was. Man among boys his time here.
Just physically. But, yeah, I mean, you take a look at him out there now, and Rona, he definitely a thick individual out there. A lot of muscle.
1st and 10 for the Wampus Cats. The ball at the 29-yard line. Giovanni Johnson looking over at Will McKenna. He looks back. Hand off to Kerry McLean. Kerry finds the right edge. Nice job to the 39-yard line following Hayes Denton. Real close to a first down. Hayes Denton and Zolvensis are the offensive linemen there on the right-hand side. And they'll move the chains. The Conway Regional Health System first down. Slade Smith in the game at tight end. He's set up to the near side. 3 wideouts for Giovanni Johnson. And he will look to throw. Pressured. Gets out of it and steps out of bounds. It will be 2nd down.
Giovanni's been a lot slippier tonight. He struggled to get away from the rush a little bit a week ago against El Dorado. They were a little bit faster on the edge than what we've seen tonight out of Bentonville, but Giovanni has been able to get to that corner a few times.
2nd down and 8. Johnson will throw. And he will go nowhere. Drop to the 35-yard line. Jack Bocher and Hunter Roth team up on the stop, and that's going to be a loss on the play. 3rd down.
36-yard line. It's 3rd down, 13.
3rd down and 13.
And you want to make sure, well, first of all, you want to convert here if you can, but also you want to get, if you're not going to convert, you want to get a little bit more yardage so that you give your special teams a little bit more room to work with to turn this field over so Bentonville doesn't have a easy opportunity to score again late.
The swing back pass to Nick Richmond. He gets to the 37, maybe the 38-yard line, but he is stopped there.
Johnson passing, complete to Nick Richmond.
Tackle is made by A.J. Moss.
Makes the tackle.
And it will be 4th down. 4th and 10 for the Wampus Cats.
Wampus Cats.
And Nick McEwen will have to come on and punt. Cats trail 7-3. It was a long pass play from Easton Hughes to Harrison Campbell.
Nick McEwen will kick for the Wampus Cats.
Got him down close, and a play later, Preston Crawford ran it in from 11 yards out. And it's 7-3, the visitors from Bentonville. Spiraling punt. Will take a nice bounce inside the 20. Love Reed Hughes. He's the deep snapper and also the one who always downs the ball. Did it again.
He's been, you talked about it a little bit this week in the article I wrote after the game last week about him kind of emerging as a leader on this defense.
Seems like it, yeah. Yeah, just see the way his body language and the way he interacts with teammates, the way he interacts with the crowd. It's definitely, and he's a coach's kid. He led the combined team's prayer after the game last week. Reed Hughes, number 44, who we're talking about there. All right. Easton Hughes looks to throw. Into double coverage, looking for Landon Beeler, his tight end. It falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Remember a couple of years ago, their quarterback was Casey Ford. Remember Casey Ford? Went on to play college baseball and is a teammate of former Wampus Cat Jordan Wicks.
Kansas State,
up at
right?
Kansas State. Yep, they're both up there.
Enemies now teammates.
Absolutely. 2nd down and 10. Handoff. Harrison Campbell is who got the carry. Goes out of bounds. It will be 3rd down. See Tony Pasalacqua and Kane Aaron, Corlin McKinney there. 3rd down and 5. 2 minutes and 41 seconds, 2 minutes and 38 seconds as the clock's run down to 2:38. And this is a really, really big play. Cats can get a stop here and a chance to get the ball back. coaching staff there on the sideline. Easton Hughes throws incomplete. And Riley Morales was there, or correction, that was Cade White was there. And if Crawford didn't get his fingers on that, I think Cade White picks it and keeps running.
Well, I think Reed Hughes might be to thank for that as well, as he was coming on the blitz and adding that pressure.
I'll give you one guess what the theme is tonight for the students. It's Hawaiian night. I won't even let you guess. A Hawaiian night. That's what they just showing.
Oh, I missed the show.
They look great. They look great, as they always do. So a big play there. So it's 4th down. Wampus Cats look like they'll get the ball back. Bryce Bohannon and Nick Richmond deep to receive. You'd love to see a punt get to one of them to take off. Fair catch. And Bryce Bohannon will just get away from it. It goes out of bounds at the 48-yard line. So the Cats are going to have it there, 1st and 10. 2.5 minutes to play in the first half. Plenty of time, obviously, to put a little drive together here and maybe take the lead going into halftime.
Yeah, another great opportunity with good field position. You got 2 timeouts. So plenty of time, like you said, and just want to help your defense out. They've been doing their job until that one big play. They were doing their job,
and that's really it. I mean, it was the one big play, the pass play from Easton Hughes to Harrison Campbell, all the way down to the 11-yard line, 80-plus yards on that one play. Greg Hughes talking to the defense on the sideline while the offense is back out looking to make something happen. 3 wideouts for Giovanni Johnson. Senior quarterback for the Wampus Cats. Led them to a win a week ago. Hands the ball off, and the pile is moved by Kerry McLean. Kerry with 20 carries a week ago. 172 yards. He did have a fumble late in the game.
He did, yeah.
Bryce Bohannon sent to the top. McKenna and Richmond, the seniors, to the near side. Johnson will look left and roll this way. Puts it up for grabs, and it goes well out of bounds.
Giovanni Johnson passing in.
He got hit late.
It's 3rd down, 6 Cats.
Looked like he got hit a little late.
Seemed like it, yeah. 3rd down and 6. A minute 50 to play in the first half. The Conway Regional Health System halftime show is coming up. Mentioned the cheerleaders and the mini cheerleaders camp that's gone on. We're going to show you that performance, those young ladies. Also, Levi will be down on the track to visit along with the cross-country coaches, Lisa Warlow and Johnny Kennedy. It's all coming up at halftime, as well as a performance from the Wampus Cat Marching Band. Giovanni Johnson looking for Nick Richmond down the sideline. Richmond goes up. He knew he was close to the out-of-bounds line and wasn't able to come down with the catch. And so it is 4th down and 6. Nick Richmond with that hand taped up. Saw Brooke Mines and Jacob Walton Connor working on that earlier. So a minute 45 to play in the first half. Nick McEwen will come on to punt.
Had a great punt possession ago.
Another nice one. Campbell takes it at the 10. He is pushed back inside the 5. And a nice return out to the 15. Well, look at all the Wampus Cats coming off that pile. 2, 4, 6, 8 of them. So a minute and a half to play in the first half. Bentonville leads 7-3.
And Riley White all in on the play for the Wampus Cats. 1st down and 10. Tigers at the 14.
This Bentonville squad scored 25 points a week ago in their overtime loss to Midwest City, Oklahoma. Conway put 48 on the board in their double overtime win. Whistles blow, really, as the play is just getting started.
Driven through Midwest City several times.
Yes, I know that well. There's an Air Force Base there, Tinker Air Force Base.
Kids always love looking at the planes.
Yeah, they're right there on the interstate. Yeah, I went to college in Shawnee, Oklahoma. So that's a couple of exits closer to Arkansas there. Made that trip in a few times myself, for sure. They played those games up in Bentonville last week. Preston Crawford on the carry, out to the 16-yard line. It was an interesting day of football. Early in the afternoon, it was North Little Rock playing Tulsa, Washington. And then it cleared the stadium, then a doubleheader situation with this game between Midwest City and Bentonville. So it was Arkansas, Oklahoma. I think they called it the Rumble in the Ozarks. Some little cute little name for it. Second down and 9. Beeler makes the catch to the 35. Roman Aaron makes the stop.
Out at the 25-yard line, Roman Aaron made the tackle.
It'll be enough to move the chains. First and 10 for the Bentonville Tigers. Right at a minute to play in this first half. Cats trail by 4. Looked like there was some movement on the offensive line. Drew Tyree Ross offsides.
I really feel like this extra week and starting a whole week earlier, and you're seeing the consequences of a little bit. Just, because that's 1 week less that you have to prepare with your team and iron things out. We've seen a lot of penalties in these first 2 games.
Crawford, great tackle. Parker Prock flying through there and makes the stop. He had 5 stops a week ago against El Dorado, and that was a big one there tonight.
Second down, 17.
Half minute to go. 2nd and 17. And Bentonville in no hurry to do anything extra here. Leading 7-3. They'll have to snap the ball. The play clock is a second underneath the game clock. Hughes will throw. Harrison Campbell makes the catch and is pushed out of bounds by Reed Hughes. And with 9 seconds, down to 7 seconds. Actually, the clock stopped with 8 seconds. Some of those junior cheerleaders that have been a part of the camp that they've had going on, they're going to be on the field just a little while. Probably some mamas and some daddies and some grandmas and some grandpas and some aunties. Going to want to see that. 8 seconds to go. High snap. They'll hand it off to Crawford. Reed Hughes will bring him down at the 38-yard line.
Reed Hughes made the play.
It was enough to pick up a first down, so they stopped the clock with 3 seconds to go.
At the 37-yard line.
It was a flag. Excuse me. There was a flag on the play, but they're going to wave that flag off. But that did stop the clock.
It is a first down.
So it's a first down there. They start the clock with the snap. Just 3 seconds to go. Seven to 3.
That is the end of the first.
That was really strange. All right. Halftime it is. 7-3. Bentonville has the lead. Time now for the Conway Regional Health System halftime show.
Hi, I'm Dr. Greg Kendrick with Conway Regional Health System. Conway Regional has been an important part of this community since 1938, providing excellent care with skill and compassion. But we're not just a hospital. Let me tell you about some of our fantastic facilities and services. Located off of College Avenue, just a few blocks down from the medical center, Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is equipped to handle a wide variety of problems for patients of all ages. If you need urgent care, and it's after work or on the weekend, the Conway Regional After Hours Clinic is open 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Conway Regional After Hours Clinic, your best option for after-hours care. Located on Robinson Avenue next to Laurel Park, the Conway Regional Rehabilitation Hospital is one of only 4 licensed inpatient rehab hospitals in the entire state. Patients are cared for by specially trained staff under the direction of an on-site physician who specializes in rehabilitation medicine. Conway Regional Rehab Hospital, your choice for comprehensive care to bring you one step closer to home. With 4 locations in Conway and Greenbrier, some with extended clinic hours, our dedicated team provides therapy services, including physical, speech, and occupational therapy, aquatic therapy, cardiac rehabilitation, sports outreach, and pelvic floor rehabilitation. At Conway Regional, we are committed to providing all of our patients the highest quality of care.
How about a big hand for the kindergarten and first grade mini cheer Wampus Cats? Now let's welcome to the field the second, third, and fourth grade mini cheer Wampus Cats. Let's give them a big hand, please. Parents, pick up the mini cheerleaders from the track gate.
And a nice performance at halftime by the mini cheer Wampus Cats. Great job by the kindergartners first, and then kindergarten first grade, then second, third, and fourth doing a great job there, and a really nice job by the cheerleaders for spending time with them and getting them trained for that. The Wampus Cat Marching Band is going to hustle on the field. We'll take 30 seconds. When we come back, we'll have their performance on Conway Corp Channel 5. It's halftime.
There's only one place in Arkansas to get a delicious Grade A choice Chuck steak burger cooked to perfection and served with unlimited hand-cut Idaho fries. David's Burgers. Dine in or enjoy on the go with our takeout. David's Burgers is the right choice when the craving hits.
And the Wampus Cat Marching Band getting set to perform as they hustle onto the field. It is halftime tonight. Bentonville has the halftime lead, 7-3. Stick around following the halftime performance from the Wampus Cat Marching Band. We'll head down to the field, and Levi Gilbert will talk to the cross-country coaches from Conway High School. Now, the Wampus Cat Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, your halftime entertainment. We proudly present the Conway Wampus Cat Marching Band. The 2018 Wampus Cat Band show is titled Beatlemania. Tonight's show features Magical Mystery Tour, Lady Madonna, and Eleanor Rigby. And now, under the field command of drum majors Riley Parker, Chris Walters, and Jenny Jones, we proudly present the Conway Wampus Cat Marching Band.
The Wampus Cat Marching Band, great job as always, doing some songs from the Beatles. Eleanor Rigby there at the end. It's 7-3. Bentonville has the lead over your Wampus Cats as we continue now with halftime. We are going to check halftime scores from the other 7A Central schools here in just a few moments. Everybody but Bryant is playing tonight, so we'll update those scores for you in some first half stats in just a few minutes. But right now, we'll go down to the sideline. Levi Gilbert has made his way down there, and he is visiting with the cross-country coaches tonight, Lisa Warlow and Johnny Kennedy. Levi.
Thanks, Jeff. We're live here in the North End Zone with Coaches Warlow and Coach Kennedy, coaches for the cross-country programs here at Conway High. And coaches, I understand the season hasn't officially kicked off yet. When's the first opportunity Conway fans are going to have to see both teams in action?
Our first meet is next weekend. We go to Little Rock for the Minuteman race, and then our home meet will be October the 13th, so everybody can come out and see them at home that meet.
All right, sounds good. What should Wampus Cat fans expect this year? Got experienced teams, young teams? What are we looking at?
The girls are coming back with a lot of leadership, and a lot of the senior girls are coming back, and then we have some 10th graders joining them. So we should see some good things from the girls, expecting to see them show good things for us and really do well this year.
Yeah, we're very excited about the boys. Same thing, we have a lot of senior leadership and really have a core group of young guys who are there's something special and something that we can watch here for the next 3 years.
I'm sure you can't tell, but I don't know a lot about running, What kind of preparation goes into this sport for these athletes? I mean, what are they doing during the off season to get ready? I just have no real idea what all preparation goes into it.
Well, we started in June with the optional running, and in July we start really hitting it hard. They work hard in July, and then in August they come in at 6:30 in the morning. They run and for a couple hours then, and then we start really hitting it and getting ready for season. They do 20, 25 miles a week. So getting ready, and then they'll start peaking hopefully around state time.
25 miles a week, so come out and watch them. First meet at home is in October. Coaches, thank you for joining us. We're going to take a 60-second break. We'll be back with the second half, Conway versus Bentonville, live here on Channel 5.
At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in the state for orthopedic care. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise, Conway Regional. At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in the state for women's health. Plus, we're the only hospital in Conway using state-of-the-art 3D mammography. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise, Conway Regional.
It is halftime. 7-3. Bentonville has the lead here. And elsewhere tonight in the 7A Central, I wanted to take a look at all the scores for you. First of all, mention Bryant is off tonight. Tonight is their bye week. As we mentioned, with last week being 0 week, we actually played. Not everybody played, but people have got 3 weeks or 4 weeks to play 3 games. And so Bryant has the week off. Next week there may be some others that have the week off when we're at Jonesboro. But elsewhere tonight, everybody else in the 7A Central is in action. Cabot is playing host to Pine Bluff tonight, and in the second quarter there, they are tied at 14. Pine Bluff and Cabot tied at 14. Elsewhere, it's all 7A Central schools that are winning tonight. In the second quarter in Bentonville West, the opening game at their brand new stadium, Fort Smith Southside leads Bentonville West 23-14. Southside on the road with the lead there as they approach halftime. At halftime, Fort Smith Northside playing host to Greenwood, and they've got the lead. The Grizzlies lead Greenwood 17-7 at halftime. Up at Rogers Heritage, Little Rock Central on the road, and they lead Rogers Heritage 29-8 as they approach halftime in Northwest Arkansas. And a low-scoring game at Sylvan Hills, similar to this one, 7-2 is the score. Little Rock Catholic made the trip to North Pulaski County to take on Sylvan Hills, and they're just in the first quarter there with Little Rock Catholic leading 7-2. Again, our score 7-3 as Conway has the disadvantage at this point. No scoring for the first quarter and a half, and then a field goal by the Wampus Cats just 30 seconds later following a big play by the Bentonville Tigers led to a touchdown by Preston Crawford. The extra point made it 7-3, which is where we are right now. While we wait for the teams to come back onto the field, we're going to give you a chance to take a couple of minutes and get up, stretch your legs, get something to drink, restroom, whatever it is that you have to do. And we're going to come back here in 2 minutes. We'll come back in 2 minutes and get you started with the second half of tonight's action between Conway and Bentonville. Stick around. More football coming up. Halftime continues now on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Is tax deductible, and you can learn more at Conway Public School Foundation website at cpsfoundation.com.
And it's halftime, 7-3, as teams are back on the field. We will be back to action here in just a few moments. Levi Gilbert has rejoined us in the booth after his chance to visit with the cross-country coaches.
It's my nature to be a little self-deprecating. And so I know you couldn't hear my last question,
could not,
but
no.
I did tell him, I know it's not obvious, but I know nothing about running. Please tell me what the preparation's like for these athletes getting ready. They start in June.
Do they really?
Yeah, getting ready for cross country and voluntary running and all this stuff. I was amazed.
Very cool.
Because those athletes amaze me anyway. It's incredible what they can do.
And that just, they'll run all over the city and at crazy hours and the things that they do to prepare themselves and the endurance, just everything about it. And that's really one of the many reasons why we want to do these interviews at halftime, is just to get a chance. And it's kind of hard to probably show a cross-country meet or give it any sort of the media exposure that it deserves. But those kids work hard, and they deserve for their efforts to be recognized as well. So I'm glad you're able to run downstairs and do that at halftime. 7-3 here. Not a lot happened in the first half, so stats-wise, what do you see?
Well, very even. I mean, you're seeing that in total offense between the teams. Conway, a slight lead, 161 yards of total offense to Bentonville's 148. So, I mean, you're seeing the balance in the score, too. It's just 7-3. Not a lot to talk about. Kerry McLean leading the way rushing, 52 yards on 12 carries. Giovanni, more rushing production already here in the first half than what he had a week ago, as he's had 10 carries for 44 yards, 8 of 14 passing for 64 yards. Bryce Bohannon, 2 receptions for 33, and Nick Richmond, 5 for 25. It feels like all 5 of those came in the first quarter as they were coming out slinging that very first possession. But, yeah, it's been a back-and-forth affair and really just a lot of trading field position. Conway's had a few opportunities inside the 50 and just hasn't been able to put up much in terms of points production.
It is halftime here. 7-3 is our score. While you were downstairs, I was giving some other halftime scores of some of the other 7A Central games. And Pine Bluff and Cabot. Cabot has actually taken a 21-14 lead there as they approach halftime. And it's all, except for here, all 7A Central schools are winning. Cabot is beating Pine Bluff. Southside is beating Bentonville West right now, 23-14. Northside is beating Greenwood, 17-7. Central on the road at Rogers Heritage is winning, 29-8. And Catholic on the road at Sylvan Hills is winning 7-2.
7-2.
So everywhere there's 7A Central schools are winning except for here, but
we
a
got
lot of
another
football
half.
still to play. Oh yeah, a lot of football still to play. As is the case a lot of times, they put some more time on the board, so we're stretching.
I was just going to say, I really enjoyed running down. Well, I didn't enjoy running down there, but I enjoyed, getting to be down there live, feeling the atmosphere.
I was going to say, what's the atmosphere like? We're in the booth, which we've got microphones, so we can hear what's going on, but you kind of still miss.
I do, because, when I came back to Conway Corp, it was doing social media and being on the side. I mean, I would stay out on the sidelines pretty much the whole game.
Never seen.
And I always miss that little aspect. It's fun being down there a little closer to the action. But it's been a real joy to talk to these coaches, and can't wait to – I'd love to line some stuff up on the road games, But it's been fun being down there and just adding a new thing to the broadcast.
And that is what's going to happen. We do these interviews for the home games. We don't have another one until until September 28th. We're on the road next week at Jonesboro. Then we're off on the 14th. The 21st, we're at Southside, and then on September 28th, almost a month away, we're back home, and that game will be against North Little Rock, the defending state champions. All right, so we are about set to begin here. Will Hogue is going to kick off to begin the second half. Again, thank you for watching live tonight. If you're watching with us on Friday night, if you're watching the replay at some point, thank you for watching that. We certainly appreciate it. We know Conway Regional Health System and all of our sponsors appreciate you watching. I know that we do. We've done this for a long time, and we certainly wouldn't want to do it without you out there. Kickoff will go into the end zone. Will Hogue has a good strong leg, and he has done a nice job kicking the ball tonight for the Wampus Cats and in week 1 too, or week 0, the first game. So the Cats defense, who except for one play played really, really well in the first half, they are back on the field here. Tony Pasalacqua, Kane Aaron, Corlin McKinney. Those will be the 3 down linemen. Dwayne Smith, Cade White, Parker Prock, Reed Hughes are your linebackers. Tez Miller and Randy Thomas are your corners. And Malik Benton and Roman Aaron are your safeties. Seniors all over the defense for these Wampus Cats. Easton Hughes will throw the ball out of bounds. Intended for Cade Foster. Cade Aaron was out there in coverage.
Second down, 10, Tigers.
Second down and 10.
It's always interesting to watch the first possession, right? Because that possession is always scripted. Like, what your plays are going to be.
Right.
Pretty well the whole drive, right? I mean, it changes a little bit as you convert some first downs. But I'm always interested to see what the first possession looks like coming out of halftime as well. What adjustments have they made? So we saw something brand new we hadn't seen yet from the Tigers.
Easton Hughes' pass is complete. Catch is made by Dylan Smith, and Tez Miller is on the stop, but it's third down.
Conway held the Tigers to just 1 conversion out of 5 attempts on third down in the first half.
Third down and 6. Pass is complete. And Harrison Campbell's got room to run. He cuts it upfield. Crosses the 30. Past the 20. Zigzags again all the way into the end zone. 76-yard touchdown pass on 3rd and 6.
You knew that was trouble as soon as it started to develop over there on the far side of the field. There were a lot of white jerseys and really only one blue jersey in the vicinity.
Campbell had the long catch in the first half that led to the touchdown, and there scores from 76 yards out. And the Wampus Cats find themselves trailing 13-3 with the extra point coming.
Yeah, he's up to 169 yards receiving.
Low snap, but a nice job by the holder Hearn. It's through, and our score is 14-3 in favor of Bentonville. 30 seconds, and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in the state for women's health. Plus, we're the only hospital in Conway using state-of-the-art 3D mammography. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise. Conway Regional.
It was a nice job on the run after the catch by Harrison Campbell. As he zigged and he zagged and he zigged and he zagged, and he avoided the tackles and got into the end zone, and it's 14-3.
Yeah, Campbell now with 169 receiving yards on 5 receptions, and of course the touchdown there on that last play for Bentonville. And some pressure now for this Conway offense to try and answer back quickly. The first half moved at a really crisp pace. Might expect the same here in the second half.
Elliot Nimrod will kick off. Shane Smith takes it inside the 5. Shane Smith to the 23-yard line. He's brought down there by Jack Ebersole. And the Cats will have it for the first time in the second half, trailing 14-3.
Shane had those big eyes again as he had an 85-yard kickoff return for a touchdown last week. If he could have broken one tackle there, he might have been off to the races again.
He certainly was looking for it, you're right. Giovanni Johnson hands off. Kerry McLean runs up behind L.J. Hansberry.
Second down and 8.
Starters remain in the game along the offensive line. These guys have worked hard to get the starting nod, and they are holding on to it. Zal Vences, Lance Rogers are your guards. Hayes Denton and Robert Scott are your tackles.
One thing we haven't seen yet tonight is the sweep play that Bryce Bohannon scored on first score for Conway last week.
Giovanni Johnson will keep. Crosses the 30-yard line. It is third down. Slade Smith helps him up. Penkow and Bartgus on the stop for Bentonville. And the Tigers have the momentum right now, leading 14-3. It's third down and 2. The Cats need to pick this up. McKenna and Richmond are at the top. The near side, that's that electrifying sophomore, Bryce Bohannon. Johnson trying to get out of trouble and will not be able to. He is dropped. Tackle made by Brendan Rona. And it's fourth down.
And it looked like there might have been a little confusion there. As initially looked like it was a designed run to the left for Giovanni. Might have been a little run option pass as he stepped back. Looked like he was trying to find someone downfield. And the Tigers just doing a good job defending.
So the ball down at the 27-yard line. It's 4th down and 7, and Nick McEwen was on to punt once again. He has done a nice job tonight. See if he can turn the field over a little bit. 9.5 minutes to play. Bentonville about to get the ball back. High punt off the side of his foot. Down at the 43-yard line by Riley White. And Bentonville, they've got the momentum and they've got good field position. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Conway fans haven't
some
had
long
as
faces.
much to cheer about tonight.
Yeah.
They were a little more raucous a week ago.
Man, last week's game was just thrilling. Back and forth. 1 point here, 1 point there. Tie, double overtime, 4th down conversions. Had a little bit of everything. Kickoff return for a touchdown. Hughes back to pass. He is hit hard by Parker Prock and throws incomplete.
In some ways, last week's game was very similar to what we've seen tonight in terms of, a little sloppy play with all the penalties.
Yep.
Special teams being a little bit of a factor. The big difference is that this Conway offense just hasn't been able to keep pace and keep putting points on the board.
Second down and 10. Crawford is met by Jalen McEwen. Man, Jalen McEwen, 5'8", 265-pound sophomore, beat his man and almost took the handoff. Look at that.
What I love so much about this, Jeff, is that's 3 deep there at that position. I mean, and they pretty much go 3 deep at all 3 defensive lineman positions. This Conway defense, a lot of depth on that front 3, and you got to love that, keeping these defensive players fresh throughout the night.
Yeah, every week I do a 2-deep chart that we work from. But after watching this team a week ago, I knew we'd have to go 3 deep across the front. Hughes throws. Diving attempt is incomplete. Better job that time by the defense to put pressure on Hughes. Pass was intended for Luke Miller, and it is 4th down and 14. The Cats are going to get the ball back, or you can see that quick kick again. Let's see if that's what is happening as they leave the offense on the field, but in a similar spot earlier. Jody Grant, the head coach for Bentonville, had their quarterback punt, and he did once again. And it is going to be down inside the 5. It is. Hustling down there was A.J. Moss, and he downed it, and the Wampus Cats are going to have a long way to go. Try to cut into this 14-3 disadvantage they find themselves with. 8:14 to play in the third.
And the whole point of this quick kick, this little, pooch punt, whatever you want to call it, is that it eliminates Conway's ability to get their punt return team on or get anyone out there that could actually return the punt, so that you get a chance like that to get the kick past the defense and give yourself enough time to get down and pin them as deep as you can. And it's happened again for this Conway offense.
14-3. Conway trails Bentonville. Giovanni Johnson will throw quickly. Complete. Really nowhere to go for Nick Richmond, out of bounds at the 6.
Catch number 6 for Nick tonight. Most of them been short little outs like that.
Levi Bennett on the coverage. Keith Fimple, 1-0 as a head coach. Going to have to bring his team from behind if he's going to win number 2 in week 2. Kerry McLean carries out to the 10-yard line.
McLean the ball carrier.
And the Cats face 3rd down and 2.
This ground game tonight's been 3 yards in a cloud of dust. You can't really get the dust anymore with the turf.
The little pebbles.
Kind of ruins our little catchphrases. But
right. Stay on the ground. McLean battling. Can't get back to the 10-yard line. It's 4th down.
Playing the ball carrier.
So the Cats struggling on offense, trying to get something going. They'll punt the ball back to Bentonville.
4th down and 2, Wampus Cats.
Kind of feel like this crowd, Jeff, just air taken out a little bit.
Yeah, very much. They just can't get anything going offensively. Last week, such a different feel.
McEwen in kicking position.
Nick McEwen will punt. Corlin McKinney is the up back there. McEwen's punt. Muffed by Harrison Campbell. It's still on the ground. And Campbell came up with it. Boy, that was almost a huge mistake. Malik Benton was there close. Campbell recovers it at the 47-yard line. And that's where the Tigers will have the ball 1st and 10.
And it's something like that. You know, big play, big turnover. It's just what this Conway team needs to reignite the crowd a little bit, get the momentum shifted back their way.
2 wideouts to the near side for Easton Hughes, the starting quarterback for Bentonville. Hands the ball off to Crawford. Still on his feet, brought down at the 25-yard line. Malik Benton, Roman Aaron get him. Not before the chains move. He has done a nice job following that left side of the line of scrimmage. Only 1 starter returned on that line, but they've done a nice job giving him space. Preston Crawford, just a junior. They'll go back to him.
Crawford again with the football inside the 20 to the 18.
Brought down by Randy Thomas. Reed Hughes.
Thomas and Reed Hughes made the tackle. 8-yard gain, 2nd down, 2.
2nd down and 2. Picked up 8. Again. Just runs past that first wave and gets to the 10-yard line. They'll move the chains. It's 1st down. Put it at the 11-yard line, so it's 1st and goal from, or excuse me, 1st and 10 from the 11.
And I know it's just been, half of the 3rd quarter here, but it feels like this Conway defense has been out there for a lot of plays here in the 3rd quarter.
Good stop that time. They bottled him up. Loss on the play. See Hughes coming off the line. Jalen McEwen was there as well. Kane Aaron.
And Jalen McEwen made the tackle. 2nd down, 9.
2nd down and 9.
Line.
Little sweep to the near side. Harrison Campbell looking for the end zone and gets it. Finding the corner. 2nd touchdown of the quarter for Harrison Campbell. And Bentonville has extended the lead to 20-3.
Yeah, twice here in this 3rd quarter, Bentonville's been able to use misdirection. You saw it earlier with that screen pass out to the right, then a little, not really a reverse, but a little cut back to the left here, and it's just a race to the pylon.
Sam Younger will attempt the extra point.
Counter, that's the word I was looking for. Not a reverse, counter.
It's early. It's just week 1. Younger's extra point is good, and Bentonville has stretched the lead out to 21-3 over Conway. 30 seconds, and we are back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Protect your family from fire with Conway Corp Home Security. Install smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors that are monitored 24/7. Stay safe at home and get alerts when you're away. Plus monitoring from your mobile device anytime. We make it easy to protect the things that matter and the ones who matter most. Safety for you, powered by us.
So the Wampus Cats trail 21-3. going to have to find their way down the field offensively and end with points is what we need to do.
Still plenty of time here in the second half, but they definitely are going to have to start putting points up on, pretty much each possession at this point.
Luke Bailey is deep for the
just to catch back up.
Right. Find a way to make some plays.
For Bentonville.
Elliott Nimrod will kick off. Luke Bailey's back deep. Shane Smith's next to him. Bryce Bohannon back there as well. Shane Smith takes it at the 1.
That's Shane Smith at the 2.
Shane Smith got slowed down a little bit. Still picks up some good yardage. He's an exciting player. Find a way to get the ball in his hands more. So the Cats take over 1st and 10. They're trailing 21-3 with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
22-yard line.
I'd like to see this offense come out and find a way to get the ball in Bryce Bohannon's hands here on this drive. He's only had 2 touches tonight. No rushing attempts. Love to see them try and get him the ball on the outside. Do a little jet sweep like they did a week ago. Anything to spark this offense.
Senior Giovanni Johnson, quarterback, trying to bring his Cats back. Diving catch out of bounds. Nope. Looking for Will McKenna, whose name has not been said often enough tonight. Look for 88 more.
Second down, 10.
Second down and 10. Again, the Wampus Cats on the road next week. At Jonesboro, will be there live. The Hurricane taking on Batesville tonight. They're winning at halftime 14-6 over Batesville. Johnson. That's Bryce Bohannon.
Johnson passing.
Makes the catch. A couple of yards.
Then Sellers makes the tackle.
Sellers on the stop, and it is 3rd down.
I'm excited to get to go back to Jonesboro. I had to miss the last trip.
That's right.
2 years ago. So we were on baby watch.
Baby watch, that's correct. She's 2.
And she didn't even come that weekend, so I could have done it, but trying to be safe.
Kerry McLean into the secondary. Pull it away. That's the spark the Cats needed. Kerry McLean scores. 71-yard touchdown run for the senior, and the Cats are on the board again.
They keep it up the middle on the right side, and blocking coming up big there at the second level, and Kerry McLean just using that speed. He's now over 129 yards, 16 carries, and the touchdown you saw just right there.
Will Hogue to attempt the point.
Will Hogue to attempt the extra point.
McEwen.
It's 21-10. Wampus Cats with a little life. Let's see what the defense can do next. Still 4:18 to play in the third quarter. 30 seconds, and we are back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
21, Conway 10.
From setting the budget to signing the papers, we guide you through the home buying process and get you the key. Making better happen with First Security.
As we come back from commercial here, thought we were going to see the replay. Instead, we'll see the kickoff. It was a great run. Kerry McLean, over 100 yards once again. A week ago, Kerry McLean had 172 yards. And he has added to that total there with that 71-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, and give credit to Zalventis and Hayes Denton over there on that right side as they made a lane and let Kerry do the rest with his speed. Hawaiian night.
Look good, don't they?
They do.
Love it. Those classy students. Hoag's kick. It's a live ball. Got to bring them down, and they do.
Well, they picked it up at the 10, returned it to the 16.
Tackle was made by Jalen Vance. He got in there to make the stop on special teams. And so they're going to put the football at the 16-yard line. Bentonville has it 1st and 10. Cats defense looking to make some plays.
Kane Aaron starting this possession over there on the sideline.
Crawford. He's proven to be dangerous. Carries out to the 26-yard line. Picked up 10 yards pretty easily there. 1st down. He's very effortless in his run, but that has great success.
Yeah, and
so what he's doing works.
He's kind of got the Michael George effect a little bit here.
Yeah.
As he's gotten, more effective in the second half.
Flag comes in. Looks like it will be against Bentonville.
Crawford, 14 carries now, 90 yards. He's closing in on a 100-yard performance tonight.
Back him up 5 yards. Repeat 1st down, but it's 1st and 15 at the 22-yard line.
We're providing the sights and the Crunk crew providing the sounds on a Friday night.
I like it. Moss in motion. Whistle and a flag or timeout? No, I think it's going to be a timeout call. All right, so a timeout on the field. 3.5 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Wampus Cats trailing 21-10. We're back in 30 seconds on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Helton's Wrecker U-Haul has the service you need. Whatever the automotive problem, Helton's has the diagnostics to repair it. If you're moving across town or across country, Helton's is your #1 choice for U-Haul in Conway. We have a wide selection of packing supplies for every aspect of your move. Also, we sell and install hitches. Call 327-4696 for a quote. At Helton's Wrecker U-Haul, we are always on our toes. Give us a call at 327-7681.
21-10 is our score. Bentonville has the lead. We mentioned some of the other games that were going on at halftime involving teams in the 7A Central. Southside is leading Bentonville West 30-21 as they're in the 3rd quarter.
Wow.
Cabot on top of Pine Bluff 28-14. Northside beating Greenwood 24-13 in the 3rd quarter. And Little Rock Central leading Rogers Heritage 36-8 at halftime. Good night for the 7A Central everywhere but here, but still a lot of time for this to be a good night.
That Southside score really interests me because Bentonville West has been picked by several publications to be, the top team in the 7A West.
Yes.
And that just tells you how good Southside is again this year.
Southside led by Tay Gatewood. He's a senior finally. He's been there a while, it seems like. We'll see them week 1 of the conference season, which is September 21st for us. So just penalty after penalty here.
After the penalty.
Another penalty, so it's 1st and 20.
1st down, 20.
Hughes will throw. Campbell. Harrison Campbell to midfield. Fans asking for a hold. Not called. Move the chains, 1st and 10. Campbell is a problem.
Yeah, just continuing this impressive night as he's closing in on 200 yards receiving. But Bentonville finding these weaknesses in this Conway defense. Again, pass over to the left, no one else out there. So he did officially surpass 200 yards on that play. 6 receptions, 202 yards.
Easton Hughes to throw. Catch is made by Dylan Scott. Correction, Dylan Smith. Darius Washington makes the stop at the 41-yard line. And it's 2nd down and a yard. 2nd down and 1. That's Foster. He'll get enough to move the chains. Wampus Cat defense doing everything they can to bring him down, maybe knock the ball loose. Dwayne Smith in on the stop along with Corlin McKinney. Jalen McEwen off the field. Tony Pasalacqua is on the defensive line along with Corlin McKinney and Kane Aaron. 1st and 10. On the ground to Foster. He's got his legs taken out by Malik Benton at the 30-yard line.
Malik Benton made the stop at the 30. 6-yard gain, 2nd down, 4.
2nd down and 4.
Riley White coming in. Called his name a little bit more this week than a week ago.
They are moving the ball at will. Moss in motion. They had him bottled up, didn't realize he had the ball. Miller brought down by Riley White.
Miller brought down by Riley White. It is 3rd down and a yard.
3rd down and a yard.
26-yard line.
Chance for the Wampus Cat defense here. Third down and a yard. Can the Wampus Cat defense get a stop? Minute 20 to go in the 3rd quarter. High snap. Crawford will get enough to move the chains. Brought down at the 24.
Got a little extracurricular going on in the secondary. Looks like going to have a flag against the Tigers.
Officials talking it over just off the screen.
Maybe we should start following the theme.
Oh, whatever the
with
theme
the classy
is?
students, yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
I mean, all we ever wear are these blue shirts. We wear the
These
same thing every time.
Branded shirts, yes.
Our uniforms.
It
There
is.
are uniforms, yeah.
The referee is going to give Jody Grant an explanation of what happened. So you wonder if there might be an ejection here.
Your guy threw our guy to the ground. So that's what it looked like.
All right, here's the call.
During the personal foul, face mask, number 5 of the offense. The 15-yard penalty to the end of the run. We'll play 3rd down.
All right, so not an ejection. I saw him do the thing with his thumb, and I thought he was kicking the guy out. But it is a 15-yard penalty. It negates a 1st down, and so now it's 3rd down and a long. That's a huge penalty, especially if they don't pick this up, because that was going to continue the drive. And instead, it is 3rd down and 12. And the Cats defense has got to take advantage of this.
3rd and 12.
Trailing by 11, 21-10, a minute to play in the 3rd quarter. Easton Hughes, their quarterback, sends Miller in motion. Hughes to throw. Stands up over the middle, throws deep. Falls out of bounds, incomplete. Malik Benton, good job out there along with Randy Thomas. Randy Thomas had the coverage, and it is 4th down and 12.
Yeah, Thomas just staying in lockstep down the sideline. Good job not getting too much contact a little, too early. Very well timed.
So 4th down and 12. If they decide to do the little pooch kick, they've done it successfully a few times tonight, but a little shorter field this time. You wonder if he can kill it inside the 10 like he has. Sure trying to, and he will. Man, what a weapon. Easton Hughes with that little pooch kick has just killed Conway's field position all night long. Never a chance to really get it beyond that. But the Cats get the football back, trailing by 11. The defense holds. Took advantage of that break that they got.
Because it sure looked like they were well on their way to putting up at least 3 more points.
Yes, it did.
Penalties been big for both teams tonight. That was the 6th penalty against Bentonville.
They were called for 12 penalties last week against Midwest City.
And we said it earlier, but I mean, it is something to pay attention to. Just starting a week earlier, it's just 1 week less to really iron things like that out.
Hand off to Kerry McLean. Kerry will be the workhorse this year. Up to the 15-yard line. It's 2nd down. Cheer and dance. The band, student section, all a part of what makes Friday night special around here. We're glad to do our part, of course.
I did have a little bit harder time getting to the field.
Oh, you did?
Just because there were a lot of parents.
Oh, yeah.
Waiting for their little ones.
Yes. Giovanni throws complete. In the slot, be enough to move the chain. So as the 3rd quarter comes to an end, Will McKenna makes the catch, and the Wampus Cats are going to have it 1st and 10 when the 4th quarter begins. All right, come back in the making. Let's see. 60 seconds of the 4th quarter is happening on Conway Corp Channel 5.
As we celebrate our 20th anniversary, all of us at Legacy Fencing want to thank you, the citizens of Conway and Faulkner County, for making us your favorite fencing company. Our goals remain unchanged: to provide fencing based on its longevity in years and not solely on the price per foot. We do one fence at a time at a competitive price. For 20 years now, Legacy Fencing has been turning first-time customers into returning customers. That's the Legacy difference.
When Conwegians cry out for programming freedom, a legend will rise to bring power to them all. Ninja 2. See the interface that has critics raving. Sleek new look. Love the customizable menu and filters. Whoa, there's my Netflix. Ninja 2, powered by Conway Corp. Now playing on a screen near you.
21-10, the 4th quarter happening now. Cats picked up a 1st down on the catch from Will McKenna, from Giovanni Johnson. Good to see them hook up. The Cats will have to come from behind.
Well, they've got the setup here to keep making steps towards doing that.
Absolutely.
1st down and 10, Wampus Cats, as we begin play in the 4th period.
Giovanni Johnson looks to throw. And he expected Nick Richmond to run a different route.
Johnson passing.
2nd down and 10. You hate to see that anytime. You certainly hate to see it coming out of a break like that. They just had a chance to talk about the play. Everyone knew exactly what they were supposed to do, but the communication broke down somewhere.
We talk about that a lot in basketball, but it's just as true here in football. Coming out of these, end of quarter situations, you want to be as sharp as you can.
Well, Kerry McLean was looking at 12 for a second. Kerry McLean with a good, strong run out to the 30-yard line. They'll make it to 29, so it is 3rd down and 5.
Washington and Butkus make the tackle.
3rd down and 5. The Cats need to pick it up. Richmond, Bohannon, and McKenna all will be to the right.
Conway converting on 33% on 3rd down tonight, 4 of 12.
We have not seen the Cats go to the H-back or the tight end throwing the ball tonight. It'll be a run. Giovanni Johnson out of bounds the 31-yard line. That won't be enough.
Johnson carried.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned the H-back and tight end because they came up big last week.
Very big.
Those little drag routes across the middle.
And those have kind of been staples through the years of Brian Rainey's offense, but we have not seen them tonight. So it's 4th down. Nick McEwen on to punt. Cats love to give the ball back. Harrison Campbell, who is dangerous, stands at his own 40-yard line to receive the punt. Spiraling kick from McEwen, taken at the 30. Malik Benton slows him down, but not enough. Harrison Campbell still on his feet, cuts it upfield. Great return by Harrison Campbell. He is to the 32-yard line. You know, you and I both do about as much research as you can do on these teams that we play. And you try especially to learn as much as you can about the visiting team so that when we see them, we can at least know who their better players are and just a little bit of knowledge of the opponent. I'll be honest, Harrison Campbell was way off the radar, and I don't really understand why, because he is a spectacular-looking player. He scored 5 touchdowns a year ago, and he had 5 catches for 82 yards last week against Midwest City, but there was nothing that showed this, which is when he's well over 200 yards now, right, at total offense.
The notes I took on him were watch out for these jet sweeps and screens, which that's proven to be
that is true
a warning sign. But he had 37 catches a year ago for 598 yards, 5 touchdowns, and had put up a big performance in the state title game. But yeah, they have so many weapons though that I think it's easy to kind of get lost in the mix, and any one of them on any night could break out.
Well, he's looked good against us tonight, that's for sure. Crawford bounces out, falls down at the 37. Cade White and on the stop.
At the 37.
The other thing you just tend to forget with Bentonville is just the legacy that they've had these last couple decades of winning, even with different coaches coming in, and the trip to the state finals last year. I read this note that it was the first time they'd been there since 2014, and that just seemed wrong to me when I read that. But they had lost in the semifinals the previous 2 years, so it really had been a little bit of a state title appearance drought.
Hughes brought down. Cade White makes the stop. Another note about them in the state title games that I thought was fascinating. Every player that has been at Bentonville since 2008 and stayed for all 3 years, played their sophomore, junior, senior year, has played for at least one state title. So since 2008 to 2017, everybody that stayed, now, right, since 2014, so they got real close to losing that streak, but it stayed alive.
And we talked about it, the 2 times we were down there last year. Just seeing the facilities and seeing all the years up on the walls.
Picked off! Reed Hughes steps in front of the pass, returns it to the 43-yard line. There's your leader, Hughes with the pick, and the Wampus Cats have it 1st and 10.
First real mistake from Hughes tonight, and from Easton Hughes.
Easton Hughes.
And then our Hughes, Reed Hughes, right place, right time, and still breathing life into this Conway team.
Forgive me for interrupting you there,
no, it's
but for a good reason.
Right.
With the interception, trying to get things turned around, but you're right. Their facilities are the envy of everybody in the state. I mean, they were, not anymore. I mean, Conway's and a lot of other schools rival what they have up there. But that is part of it when you look at the state championship, the banner after banner that they've got as far as football goes. Kerry McLean on the carry, gets to midfield. And I love that we play them as often as we do. I think it is a great test in the non-conference. They're always going to be well coached. They've always got great athletes. And it is a great test for this team prior to that 7-week stretch that really matters, and that's conference play.
That's one of the best things I think that Ashcraft did consistently, was always bringing in the toughest competition he could in non-conference to get them ready.
Going deep for Will McKenna. Got him! Little trick play that ends with a touchdown pass from Giovanni Johnson to Will McKenna. and the Cats trail 21-16.
Executed the absolute perfection. What a throw from Giovanni Johnson, and Will McKenna finishing at top speed. Catches it in stride and gets a little boogie on in the end zone. I like it.
A little boogie on. Will Hoag's extra point is good. Bentonville leads 21-17 with 8:32 to play in the game. We'll take 30 seconds to come back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
At Conway Regional, every day brings new challenges and celebrations. And one of those celebrations is being named the #1 hospital in Central Arkansas for coronary bypass surgery and cardiac care. While we're proud of our awards, our team is driven by something more. You. You're our #1. And for us, that's the #1 worth celebrating. One team, one promise, Conway Regional.
Spectacular play that the Wampus Cats pulled off. Looked like a reverse, looked like a double reverse, ended up being a flea flicker back to Giovanni Johnson, who found Will McKenna, who got into the end zone and then got his boogie on. That's what he did.
It was a modified Ray Lewis, is what I would
yeah?
say. It was the Ray Lewis kicks, but just
and a little bit of LeBron, maybe
a little more restrained.
Yeah,
a little more professional.
Respectful.
Yeah.
It all adds up to a touchdown. Brian Rainey, great call right there. You can see Brian talking to his offense.
What a shot! I love it. Robin's doing such a great job tonight on the sideline, giving us all these unique views, and
that's what I was telling our whole crew prior to the game. It was all week long, even today. People that I'd see around town were like, man, what a great game. That was so much fun. Man, that sideline camera.
Right.
And that was the excitement.
I told myself coming into tonight's game, just don't you talked enough about it last week. Don't keep drooling over it, but it's been even better tonight.
Defense looking to make a stop, and they do on first down. Crawford on the carry. Cade White, Kane Aaron, and they're on the stop.
Giovanni now 12 of 20, 134 yards, and the touchdown. Most of that production coming off of that 50-yard pass to Will McKenna.
Cut the lead to 4. 8 minutes to play in the ball game. Cats looking to go 2-0. Bentonville trying to avoid going 0-2. Easton Hughes looking to throw. He's got Campbell deep. Randy Thomas is back there with him. The pass went a yard too far, and it's 3rd down and 9.
Conway crowd holding its breath on that one.
Yes. 3rd down and 9. It is the money down, and these fans getting on their feet, making some noise. Good shot of the crowd. Standing up, making some noise. 3rd down and 9. Easton Hughes, low snap, but he gathers it in. The pass. It's caught. Short of a first down. Going to be close. Dylan Smith makes the catch. See where they put it.
Looks like it's going to be about a yard.
At the 29-yard line, it is 4th down. 4th down and a yard. 7:24. The clock's running. 4th and a yard. You see the pooch punt again. This time he's got Cade Foster behind him. Maybe going to try to draw him off sides. Now they will call a timeout and talk about it. Big play coming up next. 4th and 1 on the way. 30 seconds and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5. Wampus Cats to Go hits the road this week as Conway heads to Jonesboro to take on the Hurricanes. Join me, Jeff Matthews, and our 5 sports crew for live broadcasts of this and every regular season game. Details at conwaycorp.com/WC2Go. 6:57 to play in the game. The Wampus Cats have scored 14 straight, and they trail 21-17. 4th and 1 coming up. If you're watching live tonight, we'd love to hear from you. 5 Sports Live is how you find us. On Twitter, 5 Sports Live. Like Jake Fitzgerald, who just tweeted, "Let's go defense." Absolutely, Jake. Now they will send Sam Younger out, Will Bentonville, to punt the ball away. Good high punt. Fair catch called for and made at the 30-yard line. The Wampus Cats, after scoring 14 straight, have the football and a chance to take the lead. The Cats trailed 21-3
40-yard punt
with 5:13 to play in the third quarter. Since then, they've scored 14 in a row. They have put themselves in a great spot. You hear somebody in the crowd yell, "Way to hold them defense," and they did. Greg Hughes talking to the guys down there and the job that they did to put the football back in the hands of the offense. 5 wide receiver set for Giovanni Johnson. And Giovanni will run.
Giovanni Johnson.
Past the 35, down at the 36-yard line. Joyce on the stop. Zach Ellis there as well.
Second down, 4.
6 yards for Giovanni Johnson.
And there's enough time here that you don't have to get out of your comfort zone. You can still, direct the offense the way you would normally do it in this situation. So still expect to see the run game involved.
And we're seeing different sets from 5 wide receivers to the traditional set here. But Johnson will throw out of it. Looking for Will McKenna again. Flags come in. Pass interference call on the way. Will McKenna going deep. Dante Jones was on the coverage, and Dante did a little too much coverage.
And to be fair to Dante, a little bit of a mismatch size-wise. It's a tough task. Forgot the mic.
Pass interference on the defense. So that'll be an automatic first down for the Wampus Cats. But the Cats went from 5 wide receivers to that time the power set with both Nick Tufu as the H-back and Slade Smith as the tight end in. But now back to the multi-receiver set. 5 wide receivers. Shane Smith, Will McKenna, Nick Richmond to the top. Bryce Bohannon here on the near side. They've split Slade Smith out. Giovanni will run. Giovanni to the 41-yard line. Great run by the senior.
Conway trying to spread the defense in the middle with the 5 receivers out.
And then
opening up lanes for Giovanni, who's just got such great vision. And then that speed. Just one cut and he can pick up 9 yards.
3 receivers to the near side. Kerry McLean behind Giovanni Johnson. Second down and short.
Yeah. Moved a little early.
A little anxious. We've definitely seen the Wampus Cats go away from the Rhino as we've known it in the past. This would have been a case where we would have seen it. Second down and 1. Just run the Rhino, pick up the few yards that they need, and move the chains. But definitely have gone away from that for the second game of the season. Taking advantage of having Giovanni Johnson back there every snap is not a bad bit of strategy, I think. Second down and 6 following the penalty. Giovanni will throw. Nick Richmond. In and out of the hands of the senior.
Johnson passing, intended for Richmond.
He's shaking that right hand that's bandaged up. They saw from our sideline camera in the first half, getting some more tape on it. That was a great throw from Giovanni Johnson once again, all the way across the field on the numbers. And a catch Nick Richmond normally makes, unable to bring it in. 3rd down and 6. 5:22 to play. Cats trailing 21-17 to Bentonville. On the ground, Kerry McLean goes airborne. Waits for the whistle and didn't come too quickly, so it's 4th down.
Shreve made the tackle at the 44. It's going to be 4th down and 4 Cats.
This Bentonville team, even with the loss last week, came in ranked number 4 in the statewide polls. Conway, number 8 according to Hootens, and number 10 according to the Arkansas Sports Media Fearless Friday poll.
Think we see a little trickery here?
I don't know. 4:49, the clock's running. 4th down and 4.
Your punter is also your backup quarterback.
Backup quarterback.
No one deep to Bentonville.
So McEwen will punt. Try to kill it. And was he able to? He caught it inside the 1.
Oh, wow.
How about that? Who was that? Was it Malik Benton?
I think it was. Yeah.
Great hustle by Malik Benton. If it wasn't Malik Benton, then whoever did it, I'm really proud of you. I just want you to know that. Because that's a huge play on special teams. Nick McEwen's punt, the ball's down inside the 1-yard line. And it's 1st and 10 right there. This defense, a chance to make a stop. Conway's got all 3 timeouts. Bentonville has got 99 yards to go and 4.5 minutes to try to burn off the clock. Here we go, 1st and 10. Just to give himself a little bit of breathing space. It's 2nd down.
Middle of the Conway defense makes the tackle. Wayne Smith is
Corlin McKinney. Jalen McEwen, he's played a good game tonight.
2nd and 8.
Kane Aaron, those are your 3 down linemen right now. Well, that's a great shot on that end of the field. Easton Hughes. He'll hand off to Crawford. He is hit, dropped by Kane Aaron up top. Tez Miller got him down low and slowed him down. And it's 3rd down. And Dwayne Smith, you can see him. They're signaling for a timeout. They don't want to let him burn 25 more seconds off the clock, and so Keith Fimple calls a timeout here.
I was just going to say, happy to see Tez Miller out on the field tonight.
Conway.
Wampus Cat got a lot of playing time last year and started with a little bit of an injury to this season. But
these Cats trail 21-17, but Levi, we've got a minute here. Let's talk about just your thoughts through almost 2 full games of what you've seen so far.
Very resilient team.
Yes, that's a great word. Yeah.
2 games where, especially last week, every time you thought they would get ahead, they would do something self-inflicted, whether it was a penalty or a turnover late, but just kept finding ways.
Yep.
Defense would make a play here, then the offense would answer back. And tonight, at one point early in the second half, they're down by 18 points. And yet here they are, just one defensive stop away from getting the ball back for their offense and see what they can do and see if they can finish this off and get win number 2 on the season.
Yeah, Bentonville scored 2 touchdowns quickly in the 3rd quarter to go up 21-3. Cats have scored 14 straight since then. 3rd down and 7. Hughes to throw. Tipped out of bounds. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
Roman Aaron was defending, and it is 4th down and 7.
And this is an opportunity here if they can get some good blocking up front, if they could get a chance to make a little bit of a return here. Either way, they're going to be in pretty good shape, pretty good field position.
Younger has got his heels right on the back line. Line drive punt taken by Bryce Bohannon. Bohannon kicks it out. Still on his feet. Bryce Bohannon. I mean, you hear it in the stands. Just the way that there's like this collective breath that's taken every time he catches the ball.
And if Bentonville had one more point, I'm not convinced they wouldn't have just taken a safety there.
Agreed, yes.
And then forced Conway to have to drive the entire field. But given that it's just a 4-point differential, they couldn't do something like that in that scenario. But Conway set up with a perfect opportunity here. But they got to get 6.
3:26 to play. 21-17, Bentonville leads. Conway has scored 14 straight. They've got the ball with great field position at the 28-yard line. Kerry McLean to the 23-yard line. Keegan Steinspring on the stop. I don't know if his parents knew he was going to be a running back when he was born, but I sure love the name Kerry for Kerry McLean, or for a running back. It just makes so much sense. Under 3 minutes to play, 2nd down and 5. Giovanni Johnson waits the snap. He will throw quickly. Complete to Bryce Bohannon. Falls down at the 20-yard line. Pass was complete. 3rd down. 2 minutes, 41 seconds to play. Clock will start to run again here. Ball at the 21. 3 wide receivers to the far side. It's Bohannon, McKenna, and Richmond. 3rd down and 3. Giovanni Johnson will run. He dives forward to the 18-yard line. It's going to be close. Giovanni Johnson is signaling 1st down. I trust Giovanni Johnson as much as I trust anyone. They're going to bring the chains out.
Of course.
2:14 to play. Bring the chains out. See if it's 1st and 10 or 4th and very short. Right at the top of the screen is where the ball's being, chains are being stretched. You'll be able to see it. Right.
Yeah, he got it.
Giovanni Johnson does not lie. He cannot tell a lie. It was a 1st down all along. All right, 1st and 10 for the Wampus Cats. A Conway Regional Health System 1st down. 2:14 to go. The Cats are on the 18-yard line. They trailed 21-3 with 5:13 to play in the 3rd quarter. And honestly, they felt dead to rights.
Yeah.
But they've scored 14 straight, and they battled their way back. And now with 2:14 to play, they've got a chance. That 5 wide receiver set where it spreads the defensive line out. Giovanni Johnson's got his helmet popping off again, so that means he's got to come off the field unless we use a timeout. Shreve makes the stop.
3rd time tonight. We've seen 2nd time for Giovanni that a Wampus Cat helmet has popped off.
McEwen is on the field, so they're going to save that timeout. 2nd down and 2. With the helmet popping off, that actually stopped the clock, so in a weird way, sort of helped, I guess. Trying to find the positives in everything. Nick McEwen will hand off to Kerry McLean.
I'm going to say his knee hit.
Well, that is what they're going to say. That's a tough call.
That's
there.
A quick whistle on
Sure
that
is. So Giovanni Johnson will come back in. 1:45 to play. Ball is at the 12-yard line.
These fans not
happy.
Yeah, not happy with that whistle.
All right, the ball's at the 11. 3rd down and 3.
Think you break out the little H-back dump pass here?
Stacked set to the near side. Handoff to Kerry McLean. Kerry battling inside the 5-yard line. Good look at it there on the low angle. He's inside the 5. That is going to be enough to move the chains. It's a Conway Regional Health System first down. First and goal for the Wampus Cats at the 5-yard line with 2 timeouts to go, trailing by 4. If you haven't done so yet, tell your friends. It's live tonight on Conway Corp Channel 5 and 585. Online, conwaycorp.com/WC to go. You do that, and we're back in 30 seconds for the end of this one on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Steve's Auto Center is Central Arkansas's most reliable auto repair and recovery company. Our state-of-the-art facility in Conway is your one-stop shop for everything automotive. With over 80 years combined experience, our certified technicians are known for expert workmanship and attention to every detail. We also provide the area's very best towing and recovery services. We take great pride in our work, and your satisfaction is 100% guaranteed.
Come to Steve's Auto Center for all your automotive needs.
Well, this has turned out to be as good as last week. Minute 13 to play. Last week, the Cats won in double overtime, 48-41 over El Dorado. This week, they've come back from trailing 21-3, scored 14 straight. Defense held up strong.
Yeah, they're going back to that last formation.
H-back and Kerry McLean to the left. Giovanni Johnson in. 5-yard touchdown run. The Cats trailed 21-3, and they have come all the way back with 1:09 to play. They lead 23-21.
So they go back to that same formation where they had created so many lead blockers for Kerry McLean on the previous play. This time, Giovanni keeping it himself and using that great vision, riding those blockers all the way to the end zone.
Will Hogue, extra point is good, and the Wampus Cats have retaken the lead, 24-21. 30 seconds and we're back on Conway Corp Channel 5.
I take a breath, I'm not gonna lose. This is what I came here to do. I was made for this. I was made for this. Born in the wild, formed in the fire, built for the battle. I was made for this. I was made for this. I was made for this.
We're using that song called Made for This year and promoting the football season because at Conway Corp, we are made for this. This is bringing you Wampus Cat football. These players are made for this. Playing some exciting brands of football, Levi.
Scott had the nugget of the night as he just said, I don't think I can take 10 weeks of this.
He's already thinning out. I'm gray as it can't be any grayer, basically.
I'm right there with him, man. What's the moniker? Cardiac Cats?
Cardiac Cats, yeah. Last week, down to their last strike, if you'll allow me to use a baseball analogy.
Yeah,
it was fourth and
11.
Yes. Got the score there. Made the stop on 4th down in overtime, double overtime. Come all the way back. Now they're 1:09 away. Got to finish it off. You know that this Bentonville team has got some big play capabilities. 1st and 10, Easton Hughes. Looks right and throws. Complete to Landon Beeler. Beeler is their tight end. They normally use him a lot more than they have tonight. Relatively quiet this evening. They will move the chains in just 5 seconds off the clock. You can't let anything get behind you, but you still got to put a little pressure on them. These 10, 15 yards at a time, these big chunks could get him in field goal range. Dwayne Smith got him!
Fumble!
Loose ball! Dwayne Smith had a target on Easton Hughes. Watch 34.
coming off the blind side. Hughes just didn't see him at all.
Made the tackle for 31, second down long.
Second down and 16. They're going to spike the ball to stop the clock. They've used their last time out. Coach Fimple and Coach Hughes out there.
That incomplete pass makes it third down.
Third down and 16.
For the Tigers.
Third and 16. They had to spike the ball. They had to spike the ball to stop the clock. Hughes throws over the middle. It is intercepted!
Get down.
Malik Benton picks it off, returns it to the 20-yard line. The Wampus Cats are going to come all the way back and beat Bentonville tonight.
18 points down early in the second half. And this team found a way, and it was all led by the effort from this defense. Keying this comeback, giving the offense another chance. And then they seal the deal here.
What a performance.
Dwayne Smith still losing his mind on the sidelines, kneeling down.
That is a happy bunch of Wampus Cats, and rightfully so. These Cats are about to go 2-0 for Keith Fimple. They will take this circus on the road next week in Jonesboro. We will be there live. Victory formation. L.J. Hansberry will snap the ball to Giovanni Johnson, who will politely take a knee. And the teams will line up on the 50-yard line and shake hands. And the Wampus Cats get the win. 24-21. They come back, and they are 2-0 in the Keith Fimple era of Wampus Cat football. We'll take 60 seconds and come back and wrap it up on Conway Corp Channel 5.
Steve's Auto Center is dedicated to getting your vehicle safely back on the road. From fender benders to a major collision, we offer the area's most advanced auto body repair services. With expert workmanship and the highest quality materials and paints available, we strive to exceed your expectations. And count on us for Central Arkansas's best towing and recovery services. We'll travel anywhere in the state at any time to rescue your equipment.
Come to Steve's Auto Center for all your automotive needs.
Looking for top quality truck accessories? Your search is over. U.S. Truck Accessories can get your vehicle looking and performing the way you expect it to. Your one-stop shop for camper shells, bed covers, cargo management, trailer hitches, wiring, step bars, and vehicle protection. U.S. Truck has you covered.
Hi, I'm Bill Tyler, manager of U.S. Truck Accessories. Come in today and see how we can get you on the road in style.
U.S. Truck Accessories, improving rides since 2002.
These Wampus Cats are 2-0. Final score 24-21. Cats were trailing 21-3 with 5:13 to play in the third quarter. Kerry McLean, less than a minute later, had a 71-yard touchdown run, a flea flicker little backyard play that you would drop in the dirt with your buddies.
Which that one came off the Reed Hughes interception.
Yes. It was a huge play, and then touchdown from Giovanni Johnson to Will McKenna. And then Giovanni scores. Malik Benton seals it with an interception. What a thrilling night of football, Levi Gilbert.
Yeah, just all-around effort from both sides, overcoming a very difficult not just a first half, but really it was 2.5 quarters of very lackluster play, particularly on the offensive side, but just never gave up. This defense made plays, kept getting the offense the ball back, and that guy right there, number 44, in the middle, Reed Hughes, he keyed a lot of that tonight with that interception. Johnson finishes tonight 13 of 22, 136 yards and a touchdown. He also rushed for 76 yards in another score. Kerry McLean leading the way on 23 carries, 160 yards and a touchdown. Will McKenna with the touchdown reception tonight, 50-yard touchdown reception. He finishes with 65 yards. Nick Richmond leading the way with 6 for 29, and Bryce Bohannon 4 for 42. And then this defense, Dwayne Smith, big sack at the end. And then, of course, Malik Benton, that final interception to seal it for Conway.
Keith Fimple's got to be thinking this is the greatest thing ever. I mean, I did mention it to him that we talked about last week. He doesn't have gray hair, but
It's
this
coming.
keeps up.
It's coming.
It's going to happen.
I'm right there with him.
Cats are 2-0. Thrilling win tonight. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate every single one of you who watched live tonight. But a bunch of you are watching the tape delay broadcast of this, whether it's on Channel 5 and 585 or whether it's on YouTube. Hope that you've enjoyed it. Let us know that you're watching these games. 5 Sports Live. We love knowing that folks are out there enjoying the broadcast. We love doing it for you. It's our 18th season to do Wampus Cat football, and I can't remember a season that started as exciting as these 2 games have started for the 2018 Wampus Cats. Great to see the team celebrating with the classy students. We are live in Jonesboro next week. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you from Northeast Arkansas on Conway Corp Channel 5.